All right.
How do you feel doing this stuff, bro? Do you get nervous at all?
Every time. It doesn't look it because I've got, I've got my fucking mask on. But,
Yeah, and you got a couple of beers in here too.
Yeah, I've had
Take the edge off a bit.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You know how it is. But actually, you don't drink anymore,
Nah,
right?
not really. I might have a glass of wine every now and again, bro, but it's
Oh,
rare.
okay. Yeah, sweet. All right. So sweet to talk about everything. I might just start the pod off with a bit of it's a ritual, bro. Sorry, I have to do this.
Gotta do your thing, hey. Are you a ritual kind of guy?
Yeah, I am. Ready? So here we go. Oh, you probably couldn't hear it, but I cracked the tin, people. That starts the pot off. Cheers, brother. I know you got a bit of water.
I've got my salted water, bro. How's that?
Oh, salted, fancy,
nice. Soft in his old age, mate.
No, I get you, man. I might just, if that's all right with you, I might just rattle off a couple of sponsors and that.
Do you think, bro?
First off, shout outs to Backyard Prints. Been a good supporter of the network. I mean, got some of the best prints in the game. Economical too. You've heard it before. Eggshells, vinyl, stickers, all the rest of it. Good bloke, supports the culture, supports the scene. Shout outs to him. And also got a fucking nice new hat here. Clear cut with a K and a C. So they just swapped the letters around, whatever. That's cool. It's they're like a skating graffiti kind of clothing brand over like skateboards as well. Thanks, shout outs to them for sending me this stuff. Get on there. I mean, the hats are fucking, mate, they're better than Nikes, to be honest. But yeah, shout outs to them and shout outs to BSP as well. Always been a long time supporter of the show. Actually, I have a shirt right here.
Gotta plug the sponsors, bro. What are you doing?
Oh, mate, here we go. I did a shirt of like the first kind of 20 riders. So we got the MTN sponsor on the front there, my logo too, and then on the back we've got all the tags of everyone that I've done on the podcast. Bang! I've actually got like the infrared Nike color there too, which is pretty cool. So if you jump onto my LinkedIn on my bio, you can go onto my shop. There should be some more shirts coming soon. So by the time this comes out, it's already there. Jump on there, buy some shirts, and then jump onto MTN Colors Australia. You can click on my link and you get 15% off. Anything that you buy off that supports the show. And then I can buy new fucking hectic headphones like this. So thank you to everyone for helping me out. It's awesome. But today we have, real bad man back in the day, but he's redeemed himself. He's crossed to the other side. He's an absolute gentleman at the moment.
At the moment,
yeah.
Let's keep it like that.
You're a bit rough back in the day, but changed his life. He's a man of God at the moment. Yeah, a lot of shit's happened in your life, man. I did have a guy that writes SPAC on the podcast. I mean, you've had a bit of, some bit of battles back in the day, you could say. So we've heard his side of the story. He's also changed his life as well, doing good things. So it's pretty cool that you guys had these battles back in the day, and then you've I think you guys have talked recently or something like that. Maybe
he's a solid bro. He's a man of Christ too. He's a solid man, doing some great stuff as well.
Yeah. So, welcome to the podcast, man. We have Punchy, Big Punchy on the podcast.
Thanks for having me, bro. I appreciate the opportunity, man.
Yeah, welcome, man. Welcome.
Cheers.
Before we get into all the graph and all the nitty gritty stuff, you know what I mean, and then your life story and stuff. Let's just start at this. Let's go from the beginning. Little fucking baby Punchy, mate. Get into that. Where'd you grow up, man?
I was born in Liverpool Hospital, the hood. And then grew up in and around Erskineville, bro, South Sydney. Go to Bunnings.
Yeah,
so I was around there till I was about 8 years old. Then moved to Hurstville, and I was in Hurstville for like 15 years. That's where, spent most of my childhood and early 20s in Hurstville.
Green line rocking.
Blue line, bro.
Oh, it's blue. I'm supposed to be like this hectic graffiti podcast, and I've got the fucking lines wrong. My bad. But okay. So what was your kind of like your childhood like around in those areas, man? Did you come from like a nice solid family unit, or?
Yeah, solid family unit. We lived in housing commission, so did it tough in terms of bank, but solid family unit. And growing up, I was sort of bit of a segue, well, not a segue, but a bit of a way on how I got into sort of the big, heavy sort of world that I went into early on. I was an overweight kid, fat kid,
Same.
but I had like this social anxiety behind it, bro, and it just chipped away at me. Like on the outside, I pretend, yeah, whatever, I muck around, whatever, but it was just crushed me. Anyways, so having those anxieties, bro, I used to go to the gym, dad, just to watch. I was too big in my lollies and stuff like that to train. So I used to watch my dad. My dad was a fighter. My dad was a boxer, and
Okay.
then my brother was a boxer as well. So I used to go to the gym at Newtown PCY, watch Costa train, Hector
Yeah. Where?
Lopez, some great fighters come over from the States. And as this impressionable young fat kid, I used to watch these warrior men, bro, just like
Yeah.
just walk different, and people did stuff for them, and they had all the women around and all this sort of stuff,
Yeah. Yeah.
and as this little kid with like these deep insecurities, I was like, oh, I'd love a piece of that, I'd love a piece of that respect, but later on, I just went about the wrong way, man.
Yeah, yeah, fair enough. Before we get into that kind of like teenage years, I'm guessing you're talking about, can we go into your more like younger years, like when you were like primary school years? Like, do you remember much of like your area in the commission area and stuff like that? Was it pretty like not chill, but like was it a more of like a I think in the commission areas, everyone there's more of a support network compared to like the suburbs where everyone kind of sticks to themselves. But with commission areas, everyone kind of hangs out in the streets and fucking,
It was a
you
bit of
know what
mix of
I mean?
both, bro. It was a mix of
Yeah,
both. Where we were. I went to South Hurstville Primary, or St Mary's first in Erskineville,
yeah,
but when we moved to Hurstville, South Hurstville Primary,
yeah, yeah,
and yeah, bro, it was just a bit of a blur. Like there's some stuff going on at home, stuff. We've all got stuff that happens at home that sort of impacted the way I was showing up in school and all this sort of jazz, and then like early on, I was a smart kid early on, like was crushing it in school, but then year 5, year 6, that wasn't cool, and then started getting into fights and started causing a bit of mischief and all that sort of stuff, and it just went sideways from there.
What was the, I don't know if you want to get into it, I can cut it out. What was the kind of family issue things that you just talked about there? Is there,
My dad, he won't mind me saying this, bro, because he's turned things around. Thank the
yeah, yeah,
Lord.
bit rough.
He'd drink. He was a heavy drinker,
Hmm.
and would carry on quite a bit.
Yeah,
And yeah, there was some, there was uncertain times at home. Let's just put it that way, bro.
yeah,
And having that uncertain foundation, I think, without having that strong, don't get me wrong, my parents are solid. My dad's always had my back and all this sort of stuff. But when there was
yeah.
uncertainty, bro, when stuff could be a bit firecrackerish, yeah, it caused some uncertainty in the way I was showing up.
Would you kind of try and stay out of the house and try and go more onto the streets and hang around your mates, try and instead of like coming home to face that kind of thing? Would you say
No,
that or not?
no, not in primary school. Later on, yeah, but
Yeah.
I always had my dad's back, like regard
Okay.
whether he was in the right or wrong. I'd always have his back. So yeah, that caused a bit of stuff going on at home as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like I said, bro, he's been a great leader in my life. And even though he was boxing, yes, he'd drink, and then there'd be like big blow ups, big drama, all that sort of stuff. But then he'd be back in the gym, all this sort of. So he
Right.
was tippy toeing in both worlds, and I think that's the world that's the similar path that I went on later on too.
Yeah. Righto. Okay. Sweet. What about I don't know, in the streets? Did you get into BMXing, skating? I mean, fucking every cunt that comes on here, bro, they're all like skaters. So they're pretty much like I'd say like 80% are
Yeah,
skaters, man.
I scratch that itch as well, bro. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wasn't the best part, but
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah.
always have a crack.
But you did it.
Yeah, try to ollie up a gutter here and there, bro. But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely ran there. I love my cricket as well. Cricket,
Oh,
rugby
true.
league, played footy, played for Mascot and
Ah.
Chelsea as well. But then when I moved to Hurstville, played for Hurstville United. Yeah, love my footy, love my rugby league. Played
Yeah. Yeah.
rep cricket as well. So yeah, I was yeah, I
That's
love my
interesting,
sport, bro.
man.
Even though I was a fat dude, I still love my sport, eh?
Yeah, well, cricket, you don't have to be too fucking
Yeah,
athletic.
right. Yeah, Tommy Taylor, mate.
um, yeah, sweet, man. So, did the sport kind of thing, got in, I'd say let's just move up to like your teenage years, like getting into like maybe 15, 16, when your adolescent brain kind of like
Oh man,
goes, what the fuck is going on here? Who am I? What's going on here? Who
I
do I
was
hang
rock.
around? Am I alone? Like
Yeah,
what happened in those time like those times?
mate, I was already rocking and rolling with the crew by 15,
Oh,
16.
true. Okay,
So
well,
we
let's
might
go
have to
earlier
go
then.
back a little
Yeah,
bit.
go a bit earlier.
We might have
What
to
age
go
are we talking?
back. Man, I was 14 in school when I met Boss. He was in th he was I
Ah,
was 14 in year nine, I think it was. He was in the same year as me, my sister's sorry, a year younger than me, my sister's year. So he was 13. I never tagged, I never rode or anything like that. But
mm.
I remember seeing a couple of older guys in school, in high school, with magazines with panels and stuff in them, right? And I said, oh, that's
Oh,
mad,
yes.
he used to write Dime. He was a burn. He was like, he used to get up on Blue
Ah,
Line Dime. And I used to see it, and I just, like that's cool, whatever. And then I met Boss, and we were best mates for 20 years, bro. And
wow.
yeah, we were brothers for 20 years. And anyway, so I met Boss, and he was writing Boss, and I started having just hanging out with him, started having a crack. But I was writing Punisher, and I was just massive, bro. It took ages, like it took
That's a
ages.
fucking mad word, though.
Yeah, it just took ages, like
Yeah, yeah.
so I was no good, but we just, we'd brush school, go down the canals, and tag here and there. But it wasn't big for me. It wasn't that big sort of thing. But then we met Smoke.
Oh, burner.
Yeah, well, Big Burner. Boss knew Smoke from around the area, from around Penshurst, and
Yeah.
and then I met Smoke. I met Smoke through one night. It was when the 2000 Olympics were on. We're ripping all the flags from those poles. I had Boss up on my shoulders. He was ripping, and it was across the road from Smoke's house. Anyway, so that's how we met. He came out blowing up, sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, that's how we met. And then so hanging out at his place, and yeah, like I said, he was burner. Like and then
So
some,
how old was he at that stage, you reckon?
he was like 18, 19.
Ah, so he was like the older fella, you were the
Yeah,
younger
that's right.
younger
Yeah,
lad.
we're just little
Like
kids. We're
not
like,
even a lad yet. You're still like learning
nah,
what's going
nah,
on here.
nah, nah. Yeah, exactly. Just trying
Yeah,
to
yeah.
figure it all out. Trying to figure it all out.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and then yeah, so we'll just chill at his place and getting to know him a bit. And then old Schemo rocked in the room one day in his thing.
True.
He's like, rocks in, doing lad. Rocks in with his
Yeah,
little
yeah.
shorts on and stuff. And
Uh,
he gave me a two-finger handshake, like, yeah, like I was just a little kid, looking at, like, who are these guys. Anyway, so then and then it was all like Smokey's little hanger oners, like
proteges.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly. And then he's like, bro, your tag's too long. It's ruthless. Like, so then I was just mucking around with letters, and I liked my fighting back then. So I was like, punch, let's go, like.
Yeah.
And I was like, Smoke, does anyone have that? Yeah, he goes, nah, bro, it's a good one, Like, sweet, let's go on with that.
Ah, okay.
And then so then it was just hanging out with the fellas, and then Smokey took us on to Penshurst Wall to paint one night. And I was like, bro, talk about like just stepping onto that into that world, the track rocks, it's like
Straight into it.
straight into it, straight in. It's like, on the track rocks, it's like a new like ice skater on the ice rink. You're a bit slippery, You're like, you don't really know what's going on, trying to find your track footing sort of thing. Anyway, from there, bro, I was just like he sketched up for us because I had no idea what I was doing. He just goes, bro, just fill in the lines, kind of sort of thing. Like just don't fill outside the lines.
Yeah, yeah.
And then from there, bro, I was hooked. We did that, and then went back the next day, got photos, and I was just like, it was far out. This is
Oh,
this is it. I
whole
loved it.
new world
With
opened
the
up.
trains going past, it was just this. Yeah, it was. But then hanging out with the fellas as well was like the first time for a while. I'm like, far out. This feels pretty good. This is good. And then how I started, I suppose, getting into the fighting side of things, or working my way up sort of through the ranks of the crew, sort of thing. Like, well, we Boss and I, we weren't in HR by then. All the older boys were in HR, but we were in KA with Skimmer's younger brother, Gnome,
Yeah, yeah.
Evader, a few of the younger guys. That's where, and so we're rocking and rolling with that, and we're trying to make our own name for ourselves, So we'll
Yeah, yeah.
we'll get out in the streets and fighting and carrying on just to sort of impress the older guys and hopefully get put in the crew.
Yeah.
And then I remember sitting in the room, Smokey's room. It was sort of the meeting spot. Everyone would be there. All the boys were there. All the different writers like Mitzi and yeah, just a few other sort of blokes. And we're just sitting there, and the boxing was on the TV.
Yeah.
As I commented about one of the guys, I'm like, oh, he's hopeless, sort of thing. And everyone, and then skis they're doing like sketch. He goes, what, you think you can fight? And I'm like, yeah, I'll go all right. And he goes, you reckon you can beat me? Yeah,
Hey,
and
fucking step up, little champ.
everyone sort of like stops what they're doing and looks up. And I said, "Oh no, bro, I haven't seen you fight." I didn't want to
Yeah,
back
yeah,
down, but I didn't want to commit either.
yeah, yeah.
And the boys went, "Oh, get some gloves. We'll get the gloves out. Sort of get the gloves."
Yes.
And
Back
I got,
out, back
and
out,
I,
Biffs.
yeah, I go, "I've got some at home, bro. I'll bring them tomorrow." And they're like, "Yeah, whatever." The next day, bro, I give me my backpack. I rock up, knock on the door. And they go, "Mate, he's here. He's got the
Yeah.
gloves. This little prick's got the gloves." So, so we would go across the road to the park, in Penzos Park, and Boss is in my corner, and Schizo's got like 10 of the boys there, and
Fuck.
Boss is like, "Bro, be careful. Even if you beat him, he might stab you,
Yeah.
So just,
Most guns would run away at that point.
yeah. How's that for like a ring talk like in the corner? That was the
Yeah, yeah.
words of
Just lose.
inspiration I
Just
got.
lose, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, but I went out there, and like I said, I watched boxing and did the pads every now and again with my dad growing up. So I knew how to handle myself, man. And
Mm.
let's just say I dominated, went great,
Yeah, fair enough.
but then after the fight, I go to the corner and bosses take my gloves off, and I look over and he's like on a milk crate. And I don't know how this is going to be. And I walk over there. I said, "Oh, bro, and he looks at me and goes, 'You got me, brother,' and like owned it, like sort of thing." And I was like,
Oh, that's
"Geez."
all right.
And from there, like I was like, okay, I was treated different. There was a bit of respect there, treated a bit
Mm.
differently, treated a bit differently.
Yeah.
And do you want me to keep going, bro? Is this we're going to keep
Yeah,
going for a
yeah.
bit?
Fuck
Yeah,
it.
just keep
Yeah, we'll
going.
keep going. Then we
All
might
right,
jump in back into your boxing, like how it actually happened,
all
because
right.
you kind of skipped over that a little bit, but we'll keep going with
That's all
that.
right. Let's
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
going. Let's keep
Yeah,
going.
yeah.
So yeah, then hanging out with the crew, and still, we're just KA doing our thing, and then I got in a couple of fights around the area for the boys. Like I was none of the beef I had early on, even sort of later, it was like it was I suppose me backing the boys, backing the fellas up, and taking their beef on, and wanting to I just further my ego, further my name, and just be the one
Mm.
that sort of just, I suppose, building on this facade that I put on, bro, to try to hide away from that little kid inside, just putting on this big front, this
And
big
as
front.
a young fella too, man, like getting G'd up by the older boys is the best feeling.
Oh, getting backslapped as well, and like,
Yeah, bro.
yeah,
So keep
exactly,
going. Yeah, sweet.
exactly, and like I said, like having those anxieties early on, it was the first time I had a bit of that bit of G up, and like,
Bond as
okay,
well, like a
that's
bit of
right,
mateship
that's
as
right,
well.
that's right. And then Schizo's funny. I actually saw him the other day when I was in Miranda in Sydney. Bless him. I saw, he was always like he would he'd be like he'd be holding like a pit bull, ready to let us go, sort of thing on people. He'd be like, get him, lad. Yeah,
Yeah,
man, he's talking
yeah,
shit. Get him, lad. Like
yeah.
just G'ing everything up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And we just be straight into it, boss. Like we just want
Yeah.
to impress. We just want looking up to these blokes that we wanted to be a part of the crew. Um, so yeah, then things started building from there. And uh, I suppose and then Solon, leader of HR.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
so I remember the first time I met him, bro, I was sitting in the room at Smokies again. That was and he rocks in. He had like a broken hand. He just broke it in the hand. He got in a fight, and the aura of him, bro. I was like, fuck that. This guy. I was like, didn't know whether to like look at him or
Yeah, like,
what.
don't fuck with this cunt.
Yeah, just the aura. We were like, fire. This guy's ruthless.
Yeah.
And and again, bro, I was like 15, like just a kid still at this point, and just looking up to all these grown men, these men that were just rocking and rolling. But then we were always to ski, so we can't, lad, we're backing you up, put us in the crew, right. And he goes, like, I was toy as, mate. I was toy as, and even most of my panels weren't the best and all that, but I was just having a crack, and
Yeah, yeah.
but then how it started, like the shift that started turning a bit was my 16th birthday, I think it was. Yeah, I turned 16. And at 16, you get birthday money, you get some bank for your birthday off your parents and all that sort of
Yeah,
jazz. So,
yeah.
so I was cashed up, and I'm like, Smokey, and there was a track work on that weekend, and there was a local layup that was possibly going to happen. If it was going to happen, I was going to be there all weekend.
Ooh.
Yeah, and Smokey's like, we'll take you into and really at the time then the only spot to get paint was like Paddington Mitre 10, where you get your Beltons and your
Isos.
nib, yeah, your nibs and all that sort of stuff, right? So, and it was the only really spot. So I was cashed up, bro, for my 16th. So I'm in there
Oh,
getting
give me
yeah,
Molotovs. Give me all of
yeah,
them.
give me everything, So I got all this good paint, a
Yeah.
bulk, heaps of it, and I wasn't racking back then as well. At that point, like, so everything I was getting, I was buying. Like I didn't know, like,
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
so I bought all this paint. Anyways, that Friday night, it, the usually with the layout with the track work, a bit of last training at like 2:30 before the train sort of finished for the weekend. But
Mm.
we rocked up early just to suss it out, and it was already there. And I was with Schemo, Boss, and Schemo's younger brother, a couple other KA dudes, and we rock up, and Smokey and a few of the other boys were rocking up later, like because they were thinking I was going to come at like 2 o'clock, but we rocked up at like 10 or whatever, and I was already there.
Ooh.
So, but we'll suss it out. We'll sit there all night and just wait for the fellas to rock up, right? So we're just sitting there watching the train, no security, and we're just like, come on, this is ruthless. Trains were still running past, but though, and we're sitting there and we see four other mateys on the other side of the tracks, backpacks on. So other riders, like, cool, one, who these mateys are. We go across the track, sort of crouching down, and it's like a meeting at a board meeting, like it's just like this tension there, like who are these mateys, sort of thing. And they were like, and we crouched down again. I was like 16 years old. We're crouching down, and Skizz like, what do you write that? And they all told us what they wrote. I won't speak out of school and tell you who they were because. But big riders, those mateys that I saw in the magazines when I was like 2 years earlier, and I was like, wow, I'm going to pedal with these mateys. This is going to be sick, but nah, Skeezer had other plans, Skeezer had
I was going to say, he wouldn't let that happen.
Because he had beef. One of the older boys had beef with him, whatever, and he goes, my rah, and then I was just on. So it was like track rocks and fighting and bomb mateys. It was intense, and one of the other boys go, boys, there's a train here. Like we got it. Like it's not why now. I'm like, no, we got it. Again, backing up the boys. Like got to back up the fellas. And anyways, they take off, and as they take off, one of them jumps the fence and looks back. He goes, I'm coming back. You wait, right. Expose Ed. Anyway, so we leave. It was a big commotion, right? A big commotion, and so we leave, go back to Skizzo's, and they're like, it's red hot, can't go back.
So you didn't even paint it.
Well, we go back.
Okay. Sorry.
No, you're right. See, all you're thinking about is painting it.
Yeah.
So we go back there and speak to Smokey and stuff like that, tell them what happened, and they're like, and they were filthy, they were filthy. They said we're gonna paint it. So am I then, like, boss and I, we're going too. The other fellas didn't go; they had something else on, whatever. By then, so boss, we went up and met Smokey, and train's still there. And then that night, there all night. I think I did 3 panels on it that night.
Fuck, all right.
2 hours.
Yeah.
And then full color because of all my new paint from my birthday.
Yeah.
So then the next day, bro, we went and got flicks, and then the next night we went back and it was rocking and rolling again.
What?
Yeah.
What, the same train or different?
Same train. It was there all week. It was there for 3 nights. It was there all weekend.
Oh, fucking should have done a whole car, mate. What happened?
I know. Well, I had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. And then third night, I even think we went back third night to do the other side. Anyway, so I was there for I did end up doing, I can't remember how many panels. And it ran for 3 days. It ran for 3 days.
What?
Yeah.
That is unheard of, bro.
Yeah. So that after that, someone speaking to, after we back to Skeezer up for that, like,
the incident.
Drop in the crew.
Oh.
Skeezer's like, no, they're not ready yet. Like, oh, what are you talking about? So that was sort of first with someone who's like dropping me in, and Skizer's holding it back, sort of thing. Fair enough, whatever.
So was that dropping into HR? Or?
HR, yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
The boys, they're into it. The back, rah.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah.
So, and so then I suppose our reputation was building by then, right? And then I remember running. I might be getting ahead of myself here, but I remember running into news. Because we actually, when I said before we weren't racking at that point, we were, because I remember running into news when we're at Hardware House. And he used to see Boss and I out when we'll go in different spots. We'd run into each other in different hardware houses or Mitre 10s, whatever it was.
Yeah.
He goes, "Oh, lad, I heard what happened with
the other mateys,
the big dogs the other night."
Yeah.
And for me, it was like a light bulb moment, bro. I was like, nobody had really fronted me about my pieces. No one really fronted me about, oh, I saw your panels, but it was like, oh, I heard that fight you had. And I was like, oh, like, okay, I think that's my ticket. I can't.
The light bulb goes off.
Yeah. And I yeah, and I was like, I think this is my ticket to actually being liked, like I need to
Yeah,
like
yeah.
myself, I think, I can be a part of something for the first time in my life kind of thing.
Mm.
So yeah, that's when the fighting really took off. But how we actually got into the crew that New Year's Eve, we're in the city, town hall steps, doing our thing, and there was another group, another old writer in HR who he didn't like me, and I didn't like him,
Yeah.
but he had uh seen my growth and heard the stories about like us rocking and roll and us not taking shit sort of thing, and he sort of is a bit of a threat to him, I suppose. I don't know,
Yeah.
the ego loves an enemy, so and
Yeah. Yeah.
we're in the same crew, but whatever. Oh, not yet. I wasn't in there yet, but so we're in the city one night, and he didn't shake my hand when I went to shake his hand, and
Ooh.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But again,
Them's fighting words, brother. Oh,
yeah.
not even words.
Well, we're not. Well, at that point, bro, he's in HR. They're 10
Yeah, they're
deep.
already in there.
Yeah, and I'm
The
boss. We're
young
two out.
buck.
We're two out.
Yeah.
And so I sort of noted that, and then later on in the night, I was like poking the bear. Let's rock and roll, And we're in Hyde Park, and I put it on him, and we had to go, and I, yeah, got it over him, crushed him.
True.
But
So
then,
who was that?
let's not talk out of school, eh? Let's not talk
Nah,
out
I'm
of school.
joking, bro. We
So
don't put
then,
names on here, brother, unless it's a positive thing.
yeah. But what happened that night? What happened that night?
Mm.
Straight after that, and the boys were like, I was like, and he got up, he was all busted up, and I was like, you crushed by mate, 16-year-old. How do you feel? How do you feel?
Oh,
So then he went and got some other fellas from his area, not the got from some other fellas, and by now I'd split from everyone else, and I was with a couple of, and I got jumped big time, like booted. I was like
oh,
probably like,
really?
yeah, yeah, I got jumped massive,
But
massive.
everyone knew each other, right?
Yeah, well, I wasn't with, like, we got split up, and I was with a couple of boys. I was with a couple of boys that weren't HR but weren't writers even. And anyway, things got split
Yeah.
up, and he got a bunch of his mates from his area. But even during the brawl, like, I was, because I could handle, like, I was a big guy, I could still throw him, and I was still handling myself, like rocking and
Mm.
rolling, dropping, like. But then I just got crushed, boom, kick
Yeah. Too
boots,
many
and I
people, mate.
was
Fuck.
buckled, and I got up, and I was walking up towards, like, this was in Hyde Park, walking up, and went back to Schizo's house. His mum looked after me, and but then I woke up in the morning, and I was like, "Fuck, how's like, so I'm gonna, because I had a crack with one of the boys. He calls me up. He goes, bro, I'm gonna come pick you up. He comes to pick you up. He goes, bro, I heard what happened. He goes, well done. He goes, well, he's been doing this, that, and the other, and he's brush. He goes, you're in the crew. So, and I'm like,
Fuck, were you
beautiful.
worried when he said, "Oh, I'll come pick you up"?
Yeah,
Were
well,
you kind of like, maybe this is a bit of a setup kind of thing again?
yeah, maybe. I can't remember, bro.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Okay, it was a long
we
time
still
ago, but yeah.
we even after the, like, we started getting a little bit close, because he could see that I was willed to rock and roll for anyone kind of thing,
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so yeah, and then I'm in the crew, so is boss, and we're all in the crew, and then I was just like, all guns blazing from there. Like,
Yeah,
it was,
that's a bit of that's a fucking it's such a it's kind of like a fucking toxic fucking thing. It's like you got like the older boys, you got the younger boys trying to get in, and then when they do get it over the older boys bash you, and that's like, where do I sit here? Like it's
yeah,
like I
but
can beat you, you're older, but I
man,
want to get
exactly.
into your crew. So it's kind of like, but some boys will be like, oh, you're tough, so jump in. But some other blokes will be like, no, fuck this young guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's kind of a weird kind of like thing.
man,
But I guess
life
I
was
don't
weird
know
back then,
the
bro.
whole system with HR and stuff, but I just knew that those cunts were fucking wild, bro. Everyone feared the cunts.
Yeah, well, when, and getting dropped in. That's when it was taking things to, now that we're in, it's like, let's take this to the next level.
Yeah,
Let's anyone, if you're not with us, you're against us kind of thing. And any
right.
any time when the older crew had beef, it was like, I just wanted to take it on for myself. Because again, man, like I said, I was just this little kid that just so insecure, just hated myself, and I used to
Yeah,
worry all the time. Every decision I made, bro, was just based on other people's opinions of me.
yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
base it from my value system, from my morals, from what my dad taught me. It was
Yeah,
automatically,
of course. It all goes
what's
out
he
the
going to think?
window.
What's he going to think? What's he going to think? He's going, well,
Yeah.
and then I base it from that. And it happens like that, bro, And
Yeah, I had the same thing, man.
eh,
It's a tough spot for a young kid, man. It's like you want to feel a part of something, but then
Don't get me wrong though, bro. Like
Yeah.
I'm not blaming the fellas because
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
me. Like I'm taking full responsibility. Like it was me that was carrying on.
Yeah, yeah.
And then for about a year, bro, I was in the crib. But then we had a falling out early on. And I can't remember what for. Like I backed Smokey up, I think it was, and then Smokey, uh, like boss and myself, yeah, we stopped writing HR. We went with the fellas,
Oh, I think
and
I remember the change. I
no,
think
that was the last
late.
time. This was still early,
Right.
man. This was
Oh,
still
okay.
early. I
Sorry.
was
Yeah,
still like
continue.
I was like 16.
Sorry. Yeah, yeah.
That's all right, bro. And then started raving heaps to getting on the drugs.
Ah.
But then started painting a lot as well, getting panels, and stopped fighting as much, but got into more panels and met
Oh, yeah.
Upski
Okay.
TNS, and
Absolute
started
burner. Yep.
started rest in peace.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, I
RIP.
started just diving into panels after panels, man.
Who,
And sorry.
so who kind of did someone give you a sketch to do your first kind of did you do a piece first or did you do a panel first? I know you helped out other people doing fill-ins and whatever, but did you do it like a sketch of your own first, or did someone give you a sketch to do, or how did that come about?
I remember Smokey did our first
Oh, what a sketch
did,
to get.
yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
And then from there, just sort of evolved, or well, not evolved. It went backwards, but
This is my own thing now.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The style went backwards because I was taking over with my own piece. But yeah, I just
Yeah.
started doing my own piece, and
So you were kind of sketching too, or you're just rocking up and just doing your thing?
yeah. Still sketching it. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Still doing my thing, I suppose.
Yeah, okay. And then I mean your first panel where you did your actual outline, was that that time that you mentioned with the three, I mean the train that was sitting there for 3 days? Was that your
That's right.
first panel? That
That was no. It was the second time I did a panel. The first time was same layout, but it was just just turbo there for I don't know 15 minutes or something. So
can
it
you
was
remember that first kind of experience doing your own one?
yeah,
Look
and
at the
panel.
smile. Look at the fucking smile.
But even it's interesting. I've
Yeah.
obviously been out of the game. Haven't painted in nearly 20 years, bro. But
Mm,
been I've actually did a piece for a mate's birthday 10 years ago. But anyway,
mm.
so I even being out of the game, like seeing it when I'm in Sydney, seeing a, especially being at like foot level with it and seeing a train rock up and just the nostalgia that comes up and
Yeah.
the feeling and just like the all of those thoughts, and the regrets as well, the way I've hurt people comes up as well, and all the shame, all the excitement as well, and just
PTSD, it sounds like.
yeah, bro, it is. And thinking about some of the
Yeah.
boys as well that aren't here anymore.
Yeah, of
Thinking about the
course.
fellas that are struggling now in
Mm.
XYZ way. So yeah, bro. There was great memories with the fellas, but there was a lot of darkness too there, bro. That sort of hung around with
Yeah.
and people even now, like when I'm do a lot of mentoring with our youth, help out a lot
Yeah,
of our
yeah.
youth, and they ask me if I regret things, if I regret anything that happened in my life, and I've said this quite a bit, but I don't. The things that happened to me, the stabbings, the X, Y, Z, cool. I can handle it. It's made me, but the way it impacted other people's lives, bro. That's the stuff that really gets me. The
Yeah.
way I hurt people, and in many different ways. I was just this lost little boy pretending he was a man, and
Yeah, yeah.
that's why I try to speak to people these days, especially kids. Just be careful the way you're treating other people because that's the stuff that gets you later on in life. That eats
Yeah,
away
of course.
the way you've impacted other people's lives.
Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't be the same person, like you wouldn't be the person that you are now if you didn't go through all those struggles, right? So it's like you kind of needed, I mean, you don't know who you could have been if you didn't do all that stuff, you know what I mean? But I
For
think
sure,
now
for myself, the stuff
now
that
you're on
happened
the
to
right
me, for
path,
sure.
man. Yeah,
You're
yeah.
right.
So
You're right. It still doesn't discount though. Because other people might say, "Oh, fuck, who cares if you are here you are now? What about like?" So it's like it still doesn't discount other people's experiences that I've impacted.
yeah,
So
of
that
course, of course. Anyway, we kind of went off a bit
yeah. Sorry, lad.
topic
I
from the
like
first panel there, but
yeah. Got to get deep as well, bro.
yeah, I know, man. We'll get into that a bit later, man. I
Yeah, we
mean,
got plenty of
I mean,
time.
we're only a little bit into it, but
But yeah, painting then
yeah, that
like
first panel, man. Like,
first
what
panel.
was the first like? How'd you feel? Like you're hiding in the bushes or something, or you just fucking run at it? You had your fucking tins with you, jump a fence, get onto
Yeah.
there, the train's
Bro,
there.
just
What happened, man? Tell me.
uh, Boss and I, we used to say it all the time, like the panel feeling, you know, like, and anytime we go to have a fight, it was like,
It's the
it's the
same
panel
feeling.
feeling, the panel feeling, you know. And then
Yeah.
later on in life, when we're doing different stuff as well, like at different passions, purpose, he goes, bro, it's the first thing that's given me the panel feeling since panels, you know. So,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so it's like I speak about it a bit. It's like all these things that we get. Well, I suppose I speak for myself. All these things that I used to get passionate about, it was and addicted to was because it'd still my mind. It was only things that would still my berserk, doubtful mind. You know, when I was painting, yes, you you got an eye on the train, an eye looking around, but it was like the stillness to it, mate. It was like there was.
You're focused.
That's right. Nothing like the
Nothing
world could
matters.
the world could be ending on the other side of the train. You wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was that, and then same with the fighting. Anytime I was fighting, I was like, it's a stillness, and yeah, and the drugs as well. The drugs, it was so I was searching for the still mind in outside sources that were eventually the things that caused my darkness. You know, so
Okay.
it ended up compounding the heavy thoughts.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So we've done the first panel. You've got
You
into
always back to the panels.
no,
Oh,
oh, mate,
mate.
that's a fucking graffiti podcast, brother. What do you
Stop
expect,
with all
mate?
this
You know
deep
what I mean?
shit, Luke. Like, you just
No,
come
no,
back to
yeah.
the
Just,
panels.
just, just hold back on your motivational speaks. I know it's hard for you, but
All
no, no,
right, all right.
it's cool. It's
Yeah,
I'm just
first
trying
panel.
to.
Let's go.
No,
First
no, no, no.
panels. Then we
You got into that already. Oh, if you want to keep going on it, yeah, let's go.
yeah,
Yeah,
first
yeah.
panel, and then
Sorry,
we
yeah, yeah,
got the layup. So then I was like 5, 6 panels deep in just 2 visits.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Sweet. And then I
Then
mean, you got
Upski opened up a lot of doors panel wise.
right.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, let's go into a couple of those doors that he opened up that you can remember, man. It was a long time ago.
yeah.
Any missions that you let's go through let's start off with like maybe some chase stories, ones you I don't know if you got busted or whatever, but we don't have to go into it. But any chase ones that kind of rang a bell to you that stuck in your memory?
Yeah, for sure, bro. Well, my first pinch, the first time I got pinched, I was down in Wollongong, went down there. I think it was track work again, sussing out the different yards for track work. And
STNs.
yeah, and we go down there and uh met up with a local guy that we knew that painted there regularly. It was Smokey, myself, another mate. But the night before, this sort of goes into this, was painting Cronulla and got chased out of Cronulla and slid down the hill and lost my glasses. I used to wear like I'm blind as a bat.
Oh, true.
Yeah. And so I lost my glasses, bro, the night before. So already on the back foot, right? So then we're at Wollongong painting, a Tangi painting, and I was finished, fully done. Probably had my touch ups to do, or maybe I don't know I was almost done. And you know when there's a section in the panel when you can sort of drop your shoulders, like it's done. You know,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
well those shoulders were dropping, but then Smokey's like Sekis. I look down. Usually when the seconds are coming though, like it's like, and you only got a bit to go. I was like, just shoo them off while you finish.
Throw
And yeah,
some rocks, mate. Fuck.
just finish your just shoo them while you're finishing up. So I'm like, so I could see him, blurry running up this thing, and then Smokey goes, they're coppers. So like, take off, go to run across the tracks. Matey's already running this way. Go to run left, right, jump over a barbed wire fence, rip open my leg, still got the scar there.
Ugh.
As I jump over the fence, they've reached the fence. It's like a movie, bro. They've reached the fence and just and that it's all encompassing, just terrifying. I wrote this about this in my book too, and
Yeah, yeah.
so I'm legging it through like the where they sell like it was like a Kennard's Hire sort of place. So I'm in that yard running through it, jumping over the fence, see cars running, coppers flying around everywhere. I run in sort of like a industrial estate, and I'm hiding behind a bin, and I'm laying there, shirts ripped from and I've already and shirts ripped off from the barbed wire, blood all down my leg. My legs soaked, my foot soaking because of the blood, and I'm laying there probably for an hour. And I'm looking up, and I remember praying, God, please, if you get me out of this, I won't paint again. If you get me out of this,
Lies.
yeah, just a facade, mate, just
Yeah,
a
yeah.
facade, lying even to the one that can see them all.
Yeah, yeah.
So then an hour passed, and I think I'm sweet. I think I'm sweet. So I sort of creep out, and I'm in it was a so next to the factory was cemetery.
Oh.
So I'm walking through the cemetery and pitch black. And I see two mateys come out behind a head, like a big sort of thing. And I thought it was the fellas. And I walk up, like, boy, and I look up and they're just,
Oh.
yeah, coppers.
No.
And I'm like, oh, I just got chased by these lads, blah, blah, blah. And they go, yeah, really, boom, just like, yeah, get me to
Oh.
the floor kind of thing. Anyways, I get taken back, get taken back, and other matey got pinched as well. And now I'm stuck in Wollongong, get let out after being there for however many hours, 4 hours, get back, and because there was track work as well. And Smokey was the only one that drove, so he drove us there, but now he's got like, but no, but and I
Oh,
don't
you're
even think we had
stuck.
my phone was in the car. You know, you just leave like,
Yeah.
so I'm stuck there, and I'm in no shirt, and it's freezing down in Wollongong, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
And then there's no trains, but there's truck work buses, and then I had an argument with the bus driver to get on because I had no cash as well. And
Left in the
just,
dark, brother.
just the worst, just the worst. So yeah, that was my first. That was the first time I got pinched when I was down in Wollongong.
Yeah, wow. Wow. Any other ones? I think you had one in your book, didn't you? You had
Yeah,
uh
that was my last panel.
oh, that was your last one. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
that was in Melbourne.
Melbourne. Okay.
But other times, bro, with upski, like yes, I loved painting, but I just loved having a good laugh too. I remember we were at Redfern and a Turmoil pulled in. And we're hiding in the bush waiting for, and the driver gets out and starts walking across. And he's walking across. I'm like, usually you're hiding in the bush waiting for him to leave, but I jumped out and just scared him. And then I said, what are you doing? And
Yeah, you fucked it.
we couldn't paint it. I just like having a bit of fun too, you know. So
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
But all right, well, run through the story that was in your book, man. Like it's so you were in Melbourne? You went
yeah.
down to Melbourne for a bit?
Mm.
That was your last one, you reckon? That
Yeah, it
was
was. It was last time I painted a train.
okay. Yeah, yeah.
But I think before that,
All right, unless you want to go through any other ones.
I think to get to that, I've got there's a bit of a process to get
Yeah,
to
okay.
that. So
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
after splitting with the crew, but then met all the at the raves, met fellas from Greenline, from Penania, East Hills.
Ah,
First
yes.
met Data when he was like 14 at a
That's
rave.
right. Yeah, 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 yeah.
And then met all the fellas out there and far out, talk about big energy, bro. Like we were just like, it was ruthless. That's when it was like, okay, things are getting a bit red hot. Things are getting red hot. So I was hanging out with those fellas, getting amongst it big time, doing X, Y, Z. And then when got back with the fellas at HR, and that's when shit hit the fan, with just like being 100 deep at Tunnel Steps, with beefing with every crew, with the
Yeah.
stabbings, all of it, bro. That's when shit really hit the fan.
Okay. Yeah, it's hard to like pinpoint because everyone's story is like all over the shop, so it's kind of hard to hone in on one kind of subject and then bounce back to another. But all right, so you met up with Data and that. But they were a bit younger. Were they a bit younger or?
Yeah, Data was,
Yeah. So
but
would
few of the boys from the other Green Line were the same age, some older.
right. Okay. I
Yeah,
was going to say, were you more of like the older guy doing the same thing as before, whereas the younger guys wanted to kind of look up to you, kind of thing?
probably
Middle?
middle.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
cool. So you started going to raves and that. Okay.
yeah.
So raves back in those days, mate, like fucking good times. But also got into a bit of dramas in the rave scene kind of thing.
Yeah, rough
Can you
as.
run through some of that?
Every rave. It was front left speaker. We'd meet up with everyone. All the lads would meet up the front left speaker, getting our gabber on. And
So you were gabbering.
oh, bro, what? Loving it, mate. Loving it. So embarrassing. I think about it
Bro,
now.
I look at that shit. I'm like, what? Like when I first seen it, I was like, what are they doing the chicken dance? It's
This
a
was in like
fucking chicken dance, lad.
2000. This is like 2001, mate.
The
2002,
early chicken dance.
2001, 2002,
Yeah, yeah,
and that was the first. Getting on the pills, getting on the
yeah, yeah,
the MDMA. That was like again. It was just then it was every fuck and getting blind all the time as well.
yeah, yeah.
Getting hammered, and yeah, so met all the fellas through the rave scene, and and at the raves it was always beef as well. Like
That's what I don't understand because MDMA is a love drug, right? So
yeah,
why the fuck is everyone fighting on
love the
MDMA?
fight, love the fight. Just being
Loving fighting.
like I said before, bro, the ego
Yeah,
loves an enemy, mate. Like we
yeah.
always want to outdo each other, always want to backslap, always want to. And you know
Okay.
what? The biggest thing about it, well, not the biggest, but something pretty like if we're out and about And even at Town or Steps, plenty of nights. If we didn't have a fight with another crew or another crew, we'd find drama with each other and it'd be on. Like
Yeah, you got
that
bored.
yeah, and one of the boys would have a go with each other, or
That's
it's just
crazy.
yeah,
All right. So the rave scene, I mean, that was probably a bit of a blur too, I guess. And then you got the town hall steps. I mean, you rekindled the thing with HR,
yep.
and
Yeah,
then
man, I was only like 6 months away from, but back then, bro, it was like, I
so
swear, a
quick.
year is like a year. No, a year was like what could happen in a year was like 10 now. It was really
Yeah,
like
that's what I mean. It's
yeah,
so like say 5 years, all this shit happened. Like so much stuff in my life happened in 5 years, and I look back and go, "Fuck, all that happened." I'm like, what the
yeah,
fuck? So,
exactly.
so yeah, you rekindled that shit with the HR, and then I
Then
guess
it was the next level stuff. Then it was the next level. I remember even Schizo and so on, like, Hunch, you got to settle down, bro. What are you like? Like, what's going on? Like, you
yeah,
just too red hot.
taking like more drugs. I mean,
Drugs, more
MDMA, and then
fighting, more
going
carrying
after
on.
that. Would you go? Did you
Yeah.
go into any more? I mean, obviously coke. Everyone's had that, but it's
But the
Australia.
pills and alcohol were mine. On my
Yeah,
18th
yeah,
birthday, man, I I went into like a drug-induced psychosis.
wow,
Went to a rave for my 18th birthday. I remember being there with a live STS and
yeah, yeah,
all the different fellas and everyone, because it was my birthday, everyone was shouting me pills. I was just, like Tic Tacs.
just eating them.
Next day I went to a matey's house for scat day in Mascot, I think it was. And last thing I remember, I dacked 2 bottles of Bacardi, went back to his place, and we're just shotting them. And then I wake up, I'm at my in my dad's in my parents' bed, bro, by myself, and I'm like,
What?
fuck, what's going on here? And I was
Wow.
just so cooking. I could picture police, and I'm like, oh, what's going on? Like, I ring the fellows, like it was like 6 in the morning. No one was home because my parents were working at that time, working, and I'm like, well, bro, what happened? Did I play up? And he goes, bro,
Oh, that's a worse feeling, man.
and and so that I was mucking up at this house. So they put me in a taxi and gave the taxi driver cash to get me home, but he took me straight to Mascot Police Station. And
Oh,
Mascot Police Station called my parents and asked if there was history of mental illness in the family. And my dad's like, "What are you talking about?" They go, "We've got your son here. He's cooked." So my dad comes and picks me up, and bless him, mate. Like having to see me like that, like
yeah,
it
it's
gets him
rough,
even
man.
now, bro, when he talks about it,
Mm.
and and I was just in La La Land. So I go back to the house and I lost the plot at home. Anyway, so I was sick for like a week in bed, like just crook. And it's probably another story we're going to get to, but
Yeah, yeah.
I was crook and boss man calls me up. He's like, bro, we haven't been out for it. Let's go for a rack. Let's go get some clothes and because we go traveling around getting clothes
Yeah, yeah.
or paint. And oh, bro, I'm still crook. He goes, come on, brother, just come out. So he sees me. I end up going out. He goes, bro, what's going on with you? I just look like a junkie. Hey, I was just
Mm.
like, just pale and like not skinny, but just my face was anyway. So he goes, we'll go to Bondi. So we go to Bondi and Maya was just was getting open then. Like there was all tradies in there with like drills putting up shelves and stuff. I'm like, there's no way there's cameras. I think we're sweet in here.
Yeah.
So again, this talk about this in my book as well, just degenerate stuff, right? So I'm walking around and I dack a red Gantt shirt
Oh, Gant.
and and I and then I met back up with boss and he goes, I go, how'd you go? He goes, no, I got nothing. I said, I got a Gantt shirt. He's like, "Oh, I said, we go to walk out and I hear a walkie-talkie behind me and go, it was a red shirt. I hear it on the mateys over the thing and he quickly tries to turn his thing off and I look at boss and I'm like, far out. So the the sort of electric doors open up and I just take off out in the street of Bondi midday, running down the street,
Fuck.
120 kilos, just a fat mess. And this guy's behind me going, and I was good for about 100 meters, 200 meters, and then I'm looking for a hiding spot.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah.
And he's like, just drop the shirt, just drop the shirt. So I chuck the shirt out, look back, and he's chilling out, picking it up. So I keep running, and then I see a taxi, I'm like, perfect taxi. So I jump in the taxi. As I'm telling him where to go, mateys, 2 seckies from either side, just try to rip me in half pretty much to get me out of the car, rip me out of the car. I'm wrestling with them, it's on sort of thing. But then they got me on the floor and I'm in this sort of this hole that Houdini couldn't even get out of.
Yeah.
And then they pick me up and they try to take me and I try to take off again, but then they slammed me to the ground, got me up, and I'm in my head, I'm like, my dad, like
Yeah.
my dad's got to come pick me up again, and he's going to think I'm a junkie. I'm stealing. I've got drug-induced psychosis. I'm like, what am I doing? And I'm like this, and then I'm like, oh, where's boss? And then boss comes flying down there. Let him go. Let him go.
Fucking
Let him
fly
go.
kick action.
Let him go. Let him go. And they were spent as well by now. They were spent by now, and boss rocks up all fresh as, and I was on skis and knocked mate's arm off and took off and ended up getting away with it.
Oh, sick. Oh.
Yeah, but it was just the stuff that I was every day was like that. Every day was just like this adventure, but at the detriment of my mental health, at the detriment
Yeah.
of my family, at the detriment of society, and
Yeah.
other people. It's just
Especially if you're on like a fucking like 3-4 day bender or some shit like that. I
ruthless.
guess that's where the psychosis comes from if you're awake for so long, man.
Yeah, man.
Like, yeah.
So rough, so rough.
Yeah. And then
Scares
waking
me.
up in a bed and you're like, what did I do, man?
In
And
my
then,
parents' bed, man. In my parents'
yeah,
bed,
that's
man.
what I
Like,
was like. What? Your parents'
what am I
bed?
doing?
Your dad probably just like lied you down. It's like, go to bed, son.
Please, mate. No, what happened was he had to tell me that, he knows me like the back of he knows me. He ended up telling me that he was dying of cancer just to get me, and I crumbled. Yeah, but he
Oh,
wasn't, but he knew what would make me crumble. So I
oh
just,
what? Okay.
yeah.
Oh, so he lied to you.
He lied to me because I was in this psychosis and screaming and carrying on in the house. He had to
Wow.
comfort me, but and told me that, and I just crumbled in a mess, he reckons, and then passed out.
No way.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
What a
so it's like,
fucking strategy.
yeah, and he knows that, obviously love my parents big time. They've always been there.
Yeah.
And my parents' love and support, bro, didn't stop me from getting into that heavy world, but it was the big thing that eventually, helped me get out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, yeah, I mean, yeah, I came from a nice family too. And then I delved into a bit of fucking stupid shit. But, everyone tells you not to do stuff and that makes you want to do stuff. So it's
Yeah,
like,
100%. You
yeah.
just got to be a bit more methodical, I think.
Yeah, exactly, man. But,
Even
all right.
like you, bro, you're pretty methodical even on getting on this, bro, like on the podcast. Like obviously, my past is the past, and I've got, I'm doing what I'm doing now and stuff like that. But whenever I'm doing things, it's like questioning my motives. It's like, okay, I want to get on this podcast. Why is it like? Do you want to help to hopefully help some young ladies that might be going through some stuff to pull them out, or is it still wanting to see if people know me? Is it so
Yeah,
then,
man.
and it's interesting to catch myself, because it still comes out, and even because you're shifty, bro, you're like, oh, yeah, like, oh, you mentioned on the last podcast, bro, and as me, I'm like, oh, who was it? Who were they saying? Like
Yeah.
it's like just
Snatched.
chasing it, just
Got
still
him.
just chasing that, and just catching myself there. There it is again. You gotta watch yourself, humble yourself, bro. That's what I'm constantly telling myself, humble yourself, mate. You gotta stop chasing that and listening to SPAC, bro. On the last on or whatever it was a
Yeah.
trip hearing it from their side of things, eh?
Yeah, that's why I reached out. Well, I wasn't trying to, just be a dirty bastard and but a lot of people do know who you are, man. Like and especially after the SPAC one. That's why I was interested to kind of like I was surprised that you actually reached out and was like, yeah, I'll do it. And I was like, oh, what the fuck? This is so cool having someone who had beef with someone else and then all the other dramas that happened with between you guys or whatever. So that's what I thought, mate. Jump on and just let me hear
Yeah.
your side of this story, right? So I've
Well,
had him on.
Even
I've
Skibsy,
had him
like
on.
my boy Skibsy, my main
Oh,
man
yeah, you
Skibsy.
still speak to him?
Yeah, I still speak to him. He's like, bro,
I
you got to
met him
get
back
on
in
it.
the day.
He
Yeah,
goes, you
yeah.
got to get on there and set it straight, lad. That was back said,
Ah, that's when it starts genie up, and it's like it turns into a fucking shit show. But
No,
I
I was
mean,
just laughing.
you guys are
Skibsy's a
mate.
champion, mate. Skibsy's a champion. But he was laughing. He goes, oh, you got to tell him what,
Tell them the real story. Yeah. So anyway, tell me the real story, mate.
Oh, bro, where do you
I mean,
start
so
with
did
that,
you
mate?
you listen to it? Obviously.
Yeah,
Yeah. So what did you think about that podcast?
man, again, like it is. It's a trip listening to because other people's got their own perspectives, their own, I
It's a long time
suppose,
ago.
and yeah, it's their own upbringings which cause a different perspective as well, and which highlights it. I was on Gary Jubilin's podcast, I Catch
Yeah, yeah,
Killers
yeah.
as
Oh,
well,
yeah.
and I was talking to him about it. I was like, mate, I've uh I was telling him about a story when I was stabbed in the head. I was telling him, there was a few different people that had different like I heard different stories about what happened.
Version of events.
Yeah, he goes, mate, because when he was interviewing people murders and stuff like that. He goes, I'd interview people that were in the exact same room with no relation to the person who wasn't, but and it was their stories were just completely different.
Yeah.
You go, so it's just depending on where you're at, I suppose, as well. And but
Yeah.
yeah, that being said, man, yeah, but SPAC is a champion again, brother in Christ, brother in Christ. Like
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
so thankful didn't cross. Oh, we did, and it was, but so thankful that it didn't get to what.
Yeah. Lucky none of yous died. Fuck.
Yeah, bro.
Like, let's just
Yeah,
put it down that way, eh?
yeah,
Because
yeah,
it could
yeah.
have it could have come to that point.
I don't even know how it started. All that beef. I think it was over a panel spot, or I think it was over. I don't even. I think I backed up one of the younger guys or something like that
Yeah. Yeah.
because they were there was a few of those guys out at Greenline as well that had beef with a few of the boys out there,
Yeah.
and then yeah, I don't even know how it started, mate. But then it was just tit for tat, just fights after fights after fights, and um,
So do you remember like what he looked like back then? Like when you seen,
no, no,
so you didn't know
no,
who he was or anything like that. You just seen him.
no.
So can you run me through that event that happened where you got stabbed, right?
Correct, yeah, yeah, a
Yeah,
couple
yeah.
of yep, yep.
Can you run me through that event from like starting maybe the lead up to it?
Yeah, for sure.
Your version of events. Like I don't know, everyone's got like you said before.
Yeah, I'll do my best, bro.
Yeah, whatever, man. It's fine.
Believe half of
Just
it.
tell
No,
yours. Tell your story, man.
no,
Like, you know.
like leading up to it, bro. Yeah, it was just again fights and just standing over mateys, and then there was just beef. Any rider that wasn't like we were rocking and rolling at Tunnel Steps with like 100 deep. We'd get other crews like the WL boys and the boys out west that we got close to as well,
Oh,
like
okay.
ICANN
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
the fellas. They weren't into the fights and all. They were just cool dudes,
Yeah,
really
just chilling out,
good
having a
guys to
couple of
hang out.
beers.
Alters and stuff like
Mm.
champion. Uh, so that yeah, we're rocking in, rolling in the city like just ruthless amount of people just running through like a wave and yeah, just a force. And it was just, but and that stuff becomes so addictive, I was just wanting to be known, wanting to be like, and so having those fights at Town Hall Steps, and then a couple of those guys would rock up and beyond. Anyways, I remember, and I think this is the thing that SPAC was telling me about, or was talking about, that Matey got jumped in the canals and
Yeah, yeah.
got like crushed.
Yeah.
Uh, I if it's the thing that I remember, it was just outside of the canals, and one of the lads wanted to have a go with the dude
Talking about, yeah,
that
yeah.
we're talking about, and he went up and young matey and the guy didn't want. He was like, no, fuck, I don't want to be for our and our young matey dropped him and he hit his head in the gutter and split his head open like
Yeah,
just,
yeah, yeah.
and it was rough as I remember. I ran over, bro, and got matey to get out of here and pulled him on his side and like sort of put him
Yeah.
in
When
the
someone hits their head
recovery.
on the concrete, it's not good.
Yeah, it was free. And even though like it was beef, but like you don't want matey like seeing that shit, and
Mm.
so I roll him on his side and I'm standing and I hear sirens coming and his lads come over and I said, you got like, and then I took off. And little did I know, a month or so later, this matey nearly killed me.
Yeah.
So that being said, he started carrying a knife and he tried to stab one of the other guys at a station not
Yeah,
long
yeah.
before. And I said, that's like, okay, it's on. I'm
So
going.
you knew he was carrying and you
Yeah.
were like, fuck, I better watch out, you know what I mean?
Well, not that for
Just be
me.
careful.
Well, for me, it's like, I want to get him.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
I was like, I want it because then it's like everyone else is getting ganked. Like well, I want, like it was again my ego, my fake life that I made up in my head wasn't as important as my real life. Like
Just crush.
I just wanted to defend this facade rather than defend my actual physical body.
Mm-hmm.
So I was on the train with one of the fellas and going through, and back then Blue Line trains didn't stop at Erskineville, and so I fly through and I see him and three of his other fellas, and I'm like, there's maybe again won't say who it is because
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can get whatever. So we get to Redfern and like we've got to get back, and there was no train back to so I got a train to McDonaldtown and started running up the back lane towards Erskineville station. And by now they were walking down the lane towards us, so they must have taken photos of panels or something. And as soon as I see him, he's I don't know about 100 meters away. He starts walking down the landing spots me and pulls out again, can unfold, like I think he unfolded or something, big knife.
Yeah.
And it's again crazy. My every decision was not look, the guy's got a knife. It's okay, you can run, bro. But nah, I'm with one of the boys. Like
Yeah. Yeah. Were
uh,
you pissed and shit, or like was it just were you sober?
yeah, it was a Friday afternoon, mate. We are on the way to the city to get on it.
Ah, right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, sober as, it was just daylight, bro.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Daylight. And like think, worrying that my friend, the boys would think I dogged it, knowing that they'd think I dogged it. I just made a decision based like that. So I run up straight, run towards him, and I didn't think he had it in him, eh? But I'll go and then stab me. And he reaches forward and takes a swap with a knife, and I suck my stomach in. It just catches my shirt. It was like a movie sort of thing. Knowing he had it in, so I jump in and just throw this hook, and I had a bit of a rumble sort of thing, and then he sort of froze, and it was like, it was weird, mate. It was like we're in our own world. It was this weird feel. Like my boy's fighting one of his mates by now, but he was even a bit shocked, a bit frozen, sort of thing. And I feel like paint coming down my back, and I look over and the blood goes, so he stabbed me.
Oh, in the
And
back. So it was in the
I
back.
threw,
Okay. Yeah.
I threw a hook sort of thing, and he boom like
Ah,
that.
so he must have hooked you as well.
Yeah, he just went just bang like that.
Right.
And so I just remember grabbing it, and I looked at him. I said, "Oh, bro, you're finished for this, hey? You're
Yeah.
finished for this."
Yeah.
And he takes off. So the fellas, my matey rocks over, and he's putting pressure on the bleeding, and I'm standing. I can't breathe. I can taste blood. I can't. I'm like sort of choking. I'm like that, and I'm thinking. And a shopkeeper comes over. He goes, "Mate, he's either gotten you in your heart or your lungs." Sort of. And oh, thanks, bro.
Yeah. It's
And
not
then
what you want to hear.
I'm down on the floor, mate, and my thoughts weren't about death. It was like, oh, I hope I survive so I can talk about survive getting stabbed. It was
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
just a joke, just a joke. Everything again, everything was based on the
Another war
facade.
story.
Everything was based on another, you know,
Stabbed ego, mate.
there you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, and then um, so sirens are coming, coppers are coming, and I'm already playing it. I'm telling matey, our verbal to the coppers so that matey doesn't get pinched. So that's all. I'm dying. I'm dying, and
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm saving hit matey that did it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm thinking that I'm going to be known as not even worrying about this life. So
Yeah.
they come, cut out my shirt, get back to the uh, hospital, and it was a punctured lung, and it just missed my heart. So yeah, yeah, and uh, after that, bro, I was in hospital for however long. Get out of hospital,
They put you in
and
a coma or?
nah, nah,
Oh, so you
just
okay.
chilling, just chilling.
Wow.
And
Okay.
yeah, I had to have a tube in the side of my lung to get all the blood drained from my lung. And so yeah, bro, nearly dead, nearly died.
Wow.
Um, I probably 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, I was at home. One of the fellas rings up and goes, "Mate, he's at a party on the North Shore." I'm like, "All right, let's rock and roll."
Fuck.
But inside, I'm like, I don't want to. What am I doing? What am I doing? Like, yeah, that inner like that the I suppose the true path, the path, what what's up, the one that what you should be doing, the
Were you angry at that stage, or were you wanting revenge?
yeah, not yeah. I said I did, but I like internally it would just go away.
Or you?
Just give me peace. Just like I'm just
Yeah.
sick of it all. I'm just done with all this shit. But of course, now I've got this front. Of course, I've got to
So you're
like
you're probably more worried about what other people would think about you.
100%, 100%. It was like
If you didn't do it, well, you're a
it was like
bitch.
he stabs my image kind of
Yeah.
thing, not me,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I could picture him talking to all his fellas about it, and
Yeah. Of course. Yeah. Yeah. So you're thinking all
oh,
this
we
stuff.
finally got him, we finally got him, and it was just yeah, it was just that was the stuff that got to me, and so yeah, then go out into the kitchen. I was still living at home, like 18, mate. Get a knife, sitting there, and I'm like, far out, mate. Let's go. Fellas rock up, get in the car, driving through the city, and and it was like this thick feeling in the car, mate. It felt sick, It was like inside, I'm like, God, just get me home, just get me home. And when I was speaking to our youth and speaking to different people and stuff like that, I talk about that moment. I'm like, there was five of us were sitting in that car, and none of us wanted to be in there.
Yeah.
None of us wanted to be in there.
Everyone's G'ing each
Each
other
of us
up.
just worrying about the other person. Thought, got
Yeah, of
us to
course.
possibly go kill this guy. And I speak to people as well. I'm like, what positions do you put yourself in your life doing the same? And what are
Yeah,
you taking?
exactly.
What are you drinking? What are you, whatever it is, doing the same. But moving on from that as well, it's like, what are you missing out on doing the same? What gifts are you missing out on? What
Mm.
passions are you missing out on because you're worrying about what the fellas think? Anyway, let's get to this party, bro. I put the door down, run through, no mask on, knifed up, ready to kill matey. Um, and just like a wrecking ball, just where is he? Where is he? But internally, just going, don't be,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Fuck.
Don't be. But there was different stories that he was in the toilet and here the other mate he said he was in the backyard and jumped fences or whatever it was. But for me, I'm like, what a like, thank you. And
Yeah,
then there was
thank fuck he wasn't right in front of
so
you.
so dumb, just so.
Wow.
And I look back now, I'm big in the faith, man, and just God had my back, bro, for sure. Like the
Yeah.
guiding hand, mate, the guiding hand was there all the time. And then there was other times where it was close to getting him, other chases, other times, and it was so that
So
when
the
I was
constant mission to get back at him.
that's right, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So
and
what made you stop doing that? What
get
made you stop trying to get him again? Or
uh
did you get him or what happened?
no, didn't get him, but
Yeah, so how'd that change?
yeah,
Or you just give up and was
still
like,
want to
fuck, I
get him,
can't
still
find
want to
him.
get him. No, I can't find no. So what happened, mate?
I
I
should
just
laugh, but yeah, it's
started pulling my shit together finally, mate. But a couple, there was other hairy stuff that had to happen for that to finally come together for me to start pulling my shit together.
well,
So
can
I
you
was,
run through what happened that made you because everyone goes through their fucking low point in life. I mean, getting stabbed and almost dying is pretty low, man. But you
yeah.
kept going, and then what was the low point that stopped you
Um,
from doing all this shit, man? Because yeah,
just sick of the darkness, mate. Sick of treating people like shit, and sick of I'd be in bed at night on after a drug binge, man, and just like praying, bro. Just God, get me out of this. Didn't know who I was praying to. Didn't know what I was doing back then. I was just like, get me out of this world. Like, what am I doing? I'm gonna end up dead in jail, or just please get me out of this world. But I was yeah. But that being said, I was just still that it was just another part of the ego stabbed. All right, let's keep running at it. Let's keep running. Okay, more brawls. Okay, and then there was more drama with like SPAC and all those guys. And then it was like it was run-ins and fights and brawls, and then they'll get one of our mateys and we get theirs. It was just ruthless. And then I was had a bit of a fracture with a few of the boys in the HR, like the older boys, like Schizo and stuff like that. And because I
mm,
was rocking and rolling and just fighting but doing it for shits and giggles now, like just being a fucking pest, like a piece of shit, to
yeah,
people.
yeah,
And he's like, bro, that's one of the old school guys. Why are you fucking doing that for? So he's picking on one of the younger guys, and he's like, so what? Like, just
uh,
stop being like trying to take on everyone. Like I was again that little kid just chipping away, wanting to be liked, bro. And I remember being at 10 or steps one night. Just things started happening for that armor to start dropping, bro. I was at 10 or steps one night and still hadn't been beaten in a fight, mate. Like I was like, again, thought I was this, rocking and rolling. And
invincible.
my dad always said growing up, like there's always someone stronger and bigger than you, mate.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
just
One day.
pull your head in. Well, that one day came.
Oh, true.
Oh, yeah, I was at 10 or steps and there was these Koori lads there and we were just hanging out, having carrying on. And one of them was picking on one of the younger fellas. And he was a young Koori lad too, but shocky matey, like stocky matey, I should say. And and I said to him, I said, bro, pull up. He's one of our boys, a young matey, and he arced up, and I whacked him. Next thing I know, bro, I'm going across George Street, and there's commotion, and I'm like, look at one of the boys, like, what happened? And they jump in, and I'm like, I got something on my face, and my get in the cab. They go, bro, we've got to take you to hospital. What happened? He goes, oh, matey, fucking knocked you out.
Oh, true.
Oh, no way. Like, oh, what? I said, what? He dog shot me? He goes, no, after you, it was just like, he dropped me, knocked me out, and just caught me with a big shot. So I remember I was back at the hospital, and by now I'd been in the hospital heaps, mate. And these counselors rocked in. These counselors rocked in because I was there for the stabbing. I was there for another fight earlier, and
Yeah.
now I'm there again. I'm like, son, you're gonna end up dead. You're a mess. And the boys came in, they're like, oh, it's because you're on, you know, you had too much M, don't you? Like, you had too much. I said, nah, bro, I've got to own it, mate. I got knocked out, you know, like,
Yeah, you can't
yeah,
blame that shit.
I can't blame it, mate. I'd
Even if it
love
was a
to.
dog
I'd
shot.
love
Yeah,
to.
yeah, sweet.
It wasn't, mate. It
Oh,
wasn't.
true,
It
mate. Yeah,
wasn't.
let your
Nah.
guard down.
Yeah, he just caught me. He caught me. And so that, and but internally, I'm like, oh, line up with matey. I want to get my belt back. But internally, I'm like, oh, I hope he doesn't. There was chinks in the armor that started happening, which needed to happen. You know, like that.
Yeah,
That was one of them getting dropped in front of all the boys was a big one.
yeah. So that would have been like for me. I would have been more like, I want to get this young cunt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You didn't have that kind of
Oh,
attitude
well,
after all the
pretend,
shit you've been through.
yeah, but in turn, it was like things were just, it
It's
was,
just too much.
things were just getting ruthless. Like it was just unraveling. Like I was just sick of it, eh?
Okay.
And then, uh, how like sort of a big falling out happened with the crew and started falling apart. Really, the fractured like the with the Green Line fellas and the HR fellas and all this and myself. The big sort of fracture happened when I was got stabbed in the head with by one of the boys, and that's when I was still with friends with Solons and sold with Solons and all that
Well,
sort of
can you
stuff
run
and
me
skis.
through that stabbed in the head thing?
Again, it,
You don't have to if you don't want to.
no,
I
no,
can
no,
edit
no,
it out.
no. I
Yeah,
will,
yeah.
bro. Look, we're in Annandale, and I did a bottle run and got 2 bottles of Henny.
Ooh, great choice.
Night's never gonna work out after that.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're at we're drinking in the park with all the boys, and one of the older boys was there who I'd only met a few times. He just got out, um, and I said something about mateys from North Shore or something, calling them monkuses or something. I don't know, whatever it was like.
Mm.
And he was from the North Shore, and he didn't like that. Fair enough. Like, and he arced up, and I arced up. Again, by now I'm blind, so
Yeah, yeah.
my memory is terrible. This is just from feedback from the people that
Yeah,
were
yeah.
there. And we had a bit of a scrap, and then 10 minutes later, 20 minutes later, he smashed 2 bottles, and then I rushed him, and he had my head down and boom, boom, boom.
Oh,
Had to have the top of my ear reattached. I've got all the scars on my head. It's ruthless.
yeah. I've seen some photos. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So then I was in hospital, man. Again, same hospital, and that's when that's when I suppose stuff started fracturing with the crew. People took my side, people took Matey's side, and then it was just like a bit of just stuff started unraveling, But I was
Yeah.
still, but that matey that did like I'm cool with all of them, with everyone. I've worked a lot with my faith. I asked for forgiveness for myself, so of course I'd forgive everyone that's hurt me, and we're just all, I suppose, living a life of ego, of mask, of
Young and stupid, man. Young and stupid.
exactly, bro, exactly. He contacted me. Uh, Actually, no, I won't go into that.
Yeah, that's all right.
I'll
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
that between us two.
Yeah, yeah. That's cool. Um,
And then
mate.
the melt to the hell. So I think this sort of segues into the Melbourne thing.
Yeah.
Do you want,
Before we do that, so with the SPAC thing, like meeting him, did you ever? I mean, I can't remember that podcast because it was so long ago. Did you ever like recognize him or like what fight did you have with him?
I
Was
didn't,
there a fight
mate,
with him or not?
mate.
I can't.
I was speaking to Skibsy the other like after it, and he goes, "Bro, you know that if I don't know if it's the right one." He goes, "Yeah, it was you the one that whacked him in the central tunnel." I said, "Me?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Bro, I don't know. It wasn't me." He goes, "Yeah, you were. You were." He goes, "You when you." So he goes, "I think when he was talking about when he got his ear bitten." He goes, "I don't remember anyone biting his ear. Maybe it happened a different
Oh,
time." He
so
goes,
that
"But I
was the
think."
night.
He goes, "I think that was when you whacked him." And I said, "I don't." But for
Ah,
me, but I don't think it was me. It might have
I don't
been.
think it was his ear bitten. I reckon he might have got a hit and then it fucking fell off or something. I don't know. I
Maybe.
can't imagine someone biting someone's ear unless you were that much of an animal.
Yeah, but no, I've never done that, but I've seen it. I've seen it get done, but I've
Or a
never done it.
bottle or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that being said, yeah. So I think I can't remember. I
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
remember.
fair enough.
There was that much drama. I can't even remember because
Yeah,
we all blurred
they
into
all.
each other.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's go into the Melbourne thing, man.
Mm,
All right, so you did some interstate travels.
that's right. So
Yeah, run me through that. Was it for
one,
panels or
that
what?
was, yeah, one.
Of course.
I rarely traveled. I never traveled back then, like in terms of interstate or even overseas. It was just because if you traveled, you missed out on missed out on hanging out with the fellas at
Yeah,
Temple's
yeah.
Camp for a weekend, and I wasn't doing that. Uh, but yeah, I stopped carrying on and started slowly turning a couple of things around, and I got a job, which was the first sort of first step to getting some discipline in my life. Because before, bro, I would wake up whenever I want, go to bed whenever I want, go out
So you
racking
never
all
actually had
day.
a job.
Nah, bro, no, no,
Oh, true.
never,
Just wheeling
never.
and dealing.
Just been a grub, hey, just been and yeah, so I got my first job, and so it gave me some structure and discipline. And I think as men especially, we need some structure and discipline in whatever we want to have a crack in.
100%.
And I lacked that stuff back then. So, but I remember being at work, bro, and my mum calls me up. And she goes, two detectives were just here. I said, what do they want? They said they left their card. So I call them up, and they said, look, we're kind of something about they're going to come back to see me. I said, look, I want to come see you because if my dad knew that they'll come around, I
Oh,
wasn't having that. So I said, they were based in Central. I said, I'll meet you at the Hungry Jacks at Central.
yeah, yeah.
So after work, I'll go meet them at Central. It was like a movie. It was like mafia mob matey meeting the deck.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I thought in my head. I thought I was
Yeah.
in. But as well, looking out, hopefully the fellas don't see me thinking I'm a dog like that. I'm speaking to like these
Yeah,
coppers.
maybe in secret.
So I'm sitting there at the Hungry Jacks with them, and they sit down and they call me Punch as soon as they sit down.
Oh no,
That's so
that's a
they
bad sign, brother.
they set up a task force, because by now they go, we know you're leading the fella because there was because yeah there was they go, we know you're leading a big group of boys. We know you got stabbed, and by now I'd been stabbed twice. I didn't know which time they were talking about.
Mm.
They said, if you don't start stuff, they'll speak to me like it was the first time in my life a copper spoke to me like a person, and
Mm.
they're like, if 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 you keep carrying on, somebody's dead. That blood's going to be on your hands. You're leading these crew, like you got all these young fellas underneath you and all this sort of stuff. And I'm like, by now though, I'd started making change. I said, look, guys, I'm out of this stuff. I don't paint anymore, and
I'm
I was
working.
yeah, that's right. I got
Yeah,
a job,
I'm a
and
citizen.
and I said that. I said, I've got my girl. I want to have a baby. I started saying all that,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and they said, if this person, if you don't tell us who this person is that stabbed you, what if he stabs another person? Like,
Of course, they're going to say that. Yep.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyway, so I'm not. So I just wanted to meet up with them just to see where we're at in terms of
Yeah.
like what they
Get
needed,
some info on them.
yeah. And I said, look, I'm out of the painting. I don't do any shit. I'm putting myself together. It's good, beautiful look. It's good to see. Rah, rah. That was it, right? They set up a new task force for shit. Anyways, I don't know. A few months later, the fellas, a couple of WL boys, and Knightsy, my man Knightsy, were going down to Melbourne for New Year's Eve and painting, obviously. And I'm like, well, let's go.
Yeah.
So, uh, and again, I'd never painted down in Melbourne or anywhere. And I remember before we left, I can't even remember how much speed. So I got bags of speed.
Yes, sir.
Boys pick me up. I'm already running at it. Get in the car the whole way down. Fellas are racking on the way down. Even by then, bro, I'd stopped racking, and it even got me that I couldn't even do it anymore. I think I was just like, it got me, hey. But
Yeah, I can't
so I
do it
was just like,
anymore. I'm fucking done with it.
no
Yeah.
way, no way.
Yeah, yeah.
I hope you're not doing it anymore.
Nah, man, I can't do it anymore, bro. I had fucking
Rubbish,
heart scares and everything.
rubbish.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so I was on the way down. I was just like a degenerate, bro, sitting in the car doing bags of speed while the fellas are in there getting paint, and I bought my paint. And we get down to Melbourne. No one obviously didn't sleep the first night, bro. And then the second night
First night fever.
then the second night again, nah, and I was like, fellas, like we were all just like filthy, just, and we were staying in a hostel.
Oh, fun.
Rough as, and I'm like just in this hostel with the fellas, and I'm like, bro, we need to sleep. So we ended up getting drunk and had our first sleep for the time we're down there. So okay, cool, let's go do a pedal. So we went and did a day spot. It was a Turmo. Did that. The photos actually in my book where we're painting that pedal.
Mm.
And then next day was New Year's Eve, I think it was New Year's Eve. So we got more drugs, heaps of M, and just or just New Year's Eve, just running amok in the city, and then we're just walking through the city, bro, in a daze, right? In a daze, just like, whoa, lost, lost a couple of boys. Just could feel a bit of, that's the psychosis stuff coming back on again,
Oh,
like
the demon
because
coming
of the
out.
speed. I'm like, man, what am I doing, sort of stuff. But we'll catch up with the fellas again, have more am, and then it sort of drops me back in. It makes me feel sick now just thinking of that. Hey, and so we'll go for panels, and we're painting this panel. It's like 3 in the morning, and I'm like painting it, and then I just had to sit down. It's like sitting on the side of the train, just off my head, just like squirmish like that. And got back up, finished the panels off. We left. Next day, we painted again, I think it was. And then the last day before we're leaving, um, I was done by now. I was like sick and just like coming down off like 5 days of speed and feeling the psychosis stuff coming back and drinking. And I was in a state, mate, just yuck,
In the
yuck.
gutter.
Again, just it makes me feel sick. I'll have nightmares tonight, bro, after this.
Yeah, yeah.
And,
I have
and
that effect on people. Yeah.
I think it's your melon, mate.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
it's the last day. The boys are like, "Come on, let's do one more panel, one more." They would one
Oh,
more.
one more. Fucking hell.
And I'm like, no, I don't know. No, all right, let's go. So
Fuck it. Give me a long neck.
daytime spot too, daytime spot, and we go to this yard. Got the boldies, cut open the fence, and it was like a Sunday or a public. I don't know what it was, but we're in like an industrial area. No factories open. Obviously, like we're the only car in the street.
Dead.
New South Wales number plates.
Nothing sus.
So we get in there. We're in there for like, I don't know, about 40 minutes, I think it was. Did a massive panel. As we're leaving, and had video camcorders back then, no phones. We had
Oh,
the
yeah, yeah.
camcorders going, and we're going to the camp. As we walk out of the fence, it was cool, scoop, crawl out of the fence out there, and I look over, and just right there, there's these two mateys standing there at this car yard, and they're like fiddling with the lock on the gate, pretending, and you could see it, they were pretending that they were like trying to, like, that they'll work this sort of thing. And I was like, so much. I went to turn to, I think, one of the fellas. I went to, and I went, I was about to say a cop. And as I said it, just boom, bang, bang,
Fuck.
bang, bang, full raid. Get on the floor, rah, rah. I take off, trip over. Matey gets on top of me, boom, slams me.
Ugh.
I look up, see the fellas just running, and I'm on the floor, and one's on my back, and the other guy's picking up the bags. And he goes to get off and to get a bag, and I said, boom, I roll off him and go to take it again. And the other
Ooh.
mate, he just slippers me in the face, kicks me in the face. I'm on the floor, glasses fly off, busted nose on the floor, and they got me in handcuffs. So I'm sitting on the floor, coming down off the drugs, and I'm just sitting there, like, far out. And by now, coppers are everywhere. They go they've got one up, somebody else in one of the backyards hiding. They know where he is. I'm sitting there, and they chuck me in a paddy wagon, go back to some police station, don't know where it was. And I'm in the police station. They left me in the room for like 3-4 hours, mate, with nothing but just the light on me. And I was going
You would
like,
have been fucked.
man,
Yeah.
man, so scary. Like thinking about the states I put myself in back then, and I was trying to pace. I was losing it. I was losing my mind. And I sit down at I don't know who they were, detectives or coppers, whatever it was, but a lady and she dressed it punch, and she chose folder on the table, and it had all their panels
Oh,
for the time that we were down here, the whole trip.
fuck.
Yeah, they're onto us and impounded the hire car. I go back to the where we were staying, the
Oh, still.
the hostel.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm knocking on the door, fellas, get out. We got to get the cop, get out. What are we doing? They go, no, we'll be sweet. So we stay there. And
So they'll
then,
let you out.
yeah, I got let out next, like
Oh,
after getting charged.
oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So it was like a bail thing or something. Or...
yeah. You don't. Well, back then I don't know how it is now. You can get on. You can
Yeah.
get on remand for charges
Okay.
for graff.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so get charged, get all these charge sheets, get all the charge sheets for, I don't know, I had to go back down to Melbourne a couple of months later.
Yeah, because I was
Anyways,
gonna say you have to come back to Melbourne. You have to fly back again to
that's
fucking
right.
face your charges.
That's
That's
right.
fucked.
So
Yeah, yeah.
then, so then, we get our car back after 2 days out of the impound. It was like had a fingerprint dust over the whole thing. It was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a baker's sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Get the car back, driving back, just miserable back to Sydney. Drove back to Sydney, like 10 hours, just like in a state, rubbish. Well, about a week later, I'm at work, and my brother goes, "Bro, call me, don't call the house." I knew straight away. Call him up, he goes, "Bro, coppers are all through the house."
Yeah. Sydney coppers.
And Melbourne, they came up,
Oh, true.
Melbourne and Sydney, GTF, all of them were through the house. And they even went through my mum's drawers in her bedroom, and I was like, what I put my parents through, you know? And I leave work. I remember going, like, coming home, just face it, you know, coming home to face it. And I get a like a 6 pack of rum
Fuck.
at Pender's before getting home. Get
One
on
last
my
drink.
get home, and I sit down in the lounge room. I said, "I'm sorry, guys. I'm putting you through this." I said, "I'm not. This is it. I'm not going to put you guys through this again." Because I had, you know, hospitals, police stations, all the fellas rocking over after raves, and it was just a bender house sometimes out in the granny flats, and like what I put my family through and society through. It was just like, what am I doing? You know, I had to go down there to Melbourne, yes, and got fines and all this sort of jazz. But that was it, bro. That was probably the one of the turning points. I haven't painted the train since.
So that was your rock bottom.
One of mate.
One off.
One of
We all go through a couple of rock bottoms, but
one of mate.
it does take one to yeah, if it's a
And then I
serious one
started.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, then boxing, bro. Boxing changed the game for
I
me.
was gonna say, let's get into your boxing, man. So you I mean, you said your dad is a was he a boxer or was he a trainer or what was he?
Yeah, both.
Yeah,
Yeah.
did he have his own
Fight.
gym or something or
No, no, no,
no, no?
no, no. My dad was a pro fighter, and so was my brother,
Oh, wow, okay. So older brother or
older brother.
yeah, yeah, okay. So when you're a young pup, maybe when was the first experience of you hitting pads?
I would have been a man, probably about 8, 9, 8.
Wow.
Yeah,
Fuck,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, yeah. So you
Dad,
hitting pads and then when did you actually start going into like an actual gym?
man, because I weighed nearly 130 kilos, bro, and just a fat mess. No muscle. It was just Bundy rum
So
and kebabs.
teenager kind of thing or older?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. From 16 to 20,
16. Yeah,
16
okay.
to 22, 16 to 22.
Yeah, yeah. And then you started training up a bit and then you got
That's
into a
right.
bit of sparring and then did you
Yeah. Well, I started losing a bit of weight by packing my own lunch for work, making a little change, making a
that
little
helps?
change. So I lost 5 kilos, and I started walking home instead of getting mum to pick me up.
Yeah, yeah.
Then at home, I started lifting a bit of weights. And then I started getting my dad to put me through the pads a bit more.
Sick.
And I'm like, "Dad, I want to fight." He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "You've got a good right hand." He goes, "I think you can fight." I said, "Perfect. Can you be my trainer?" He goes, "No." He goes, "You got to get into a boxing gym. You got to get amongst
Mm.
other fighters." And I was like, "No," like it scared me. Like I was like, "Oh, a bunch of other fighters that know what they're doing." Again, my insecurities, my doubts about myself, even
Bro, a boxing gym is fucking scary to go into,
mate,
especially a
especially
PCYC, bro.
yeah,
It's
and
fucking...
actual fighters, I
Yeah, yeah.
and I was like, "Dad, can't you train me?" He's like, "No, mate." And growing up, my dad always said, he goes, "Every young man should jump in the ring at least once. It teaches you a lot about yourself. You're in that ring.
Humbles you.
Yeah, and it teaches you discipline, structure, goal setting. And he goes, and you got to own your result when you get out. If you get knocked out, you knock him out, whatever it is, you got to own it. I don't want to hear any excuses, no bullshit. So that it was, and he used to tell me that a bit, and yeah. So then he started convincing me to go to a gym. Went to a gym where my brother was training, and there was another rider there, Maisky, AUS.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and we had beef too,
I was going
mate.
to say, interesting heels fighting there.
Yeah, we had beef big
But
time.
during that time you were training there?
Just before it. Uh,
Oh,
and then, but I was trying to squash all this beef, bro. By then, like I was just
yeah,
done
okay.
with it all.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm training at the gym, and meet here, like, he started helping me out. Like he was like a bit of a mentor of mine, helping me out.
Oh,
Like,
that's nice.
yeah, it was
Yeah,
beautiful,
yeah.
mate, beautiful. Because I really had no, I could, but I was just a beginner in terms of boxing, and
There's
you
levels.
get, you get humbled, mate. You get humbled by some young matey that's been in there for a while, and you just got to realize, okay.
I've heard
I
that
remember
before, bro.
sparring my brother, and
Yeah.
before we're sparring, I said, "But can I hit you properly, bro? Like, I'll fucking hurt you." And he laughed, and I was about to find out why, he touched me up big time, and so then boxing, bro, lost all the weight, lost nearly 50 kilos, and
Oh,
yeah, had my first fight at middleweight, 75 kgs.
fuck,
I
75.
But I was still
That's
going.
light, yeah.
Yeah, it was. I was still going on the raves and stuff, and the word was that
Uh
punches on the pipe,
bit
because
of diuretics,
I
yeah,
was losing all the weight, punches
bit
on
of
the
M
ice,
diuretics.
but
Yeah.
I was still in both worlds, But then I totally brushed that and locked into my boxing.
Yeah.
Uh, won my first fight. Won my first fight. Didn't fight the best, but won by knockout, which was cool.
Oh, sick.
Second fight did the same, but again, still two in both worlds. I remember with Maisky, he fought on the same night. We both won, and then after that, we
Wow.
were doing bottle runs at the bottle shop. Like
Bro,
just
that's hilarious.
just
That's
two different
fuck.
just
What a,
different worlds. In 2000,
wow.
this is 2008. 2008 it
Oh
was.
my God.
And then I had my third fight, but then I had a big setback, bro. My brother G'd me up to go to Thailand with him.
Oof.
I joined the Navy. I joined the Navy,
Hang on,
and
what?
yeah. I joined the
Oh my
Navy.
God. How can you can't join the Navy if you have a record, right?
Yeah. Well, it depends what you have, and
Ah.
mine, all my record was assault, police, resist arrest,
Oh,
especially
that's fine then.
and graph and all that sort of stuff. And
Yeah, okay.
by now I'm working at the PCYC, so I got good references as well and everything.
Yep. Okay.
Um, and that assault police resist arrest was when I don't know if you that matey got his arm sort of when he got run over by the train at Turmoil Steps.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, my brother G's me up to go to Thailand. I'm like, bro, I've got a fight in a couple of weeks, and Navy's coming up. I joined the Navy, but I was a few months from going in the training. And he G's me up. He goes, come be your last hurrah sort of thing.
Ooh.
Sweet, let's go. First time I'm there, bro. Get on it, carry on.
Oh, I was gonna say,
Jump on a motorbike and get run over by a truck. Broke both bones in my leg. They popped out. Broke my hip, broke my pelvis, and broke my jaw.
bro, that's a big crash.
Yeah, it was massive.
Fuck.
Came back to Sydney, man, and fell back down. Back on the drugs, put all the weight back on, 60 kegs, back in the crew, um, back carrying on with all the fellas, rocking and rolling again. I was
That
back
makes
down.
sense to me now. Yeah.
I was back down, and probably 2 weeks into my recovery, I remember the main fellas were in the at the CAS, Solonswood and stuff was at the CAS, and like, oh, I'm coming, I'm coming. I get my crutches, man, and crutch up to the top of where I was living, put my crutches by the side, jump on a moto, right into the CAS, carried on, get home. I wake up the next morning and I lift my leg up and my foot was still on the bed. I'd snapped the plate in my leg and it was hanging out and
Oh
and
my
it sort of
God.
so they go in and
What?
have another operation, man. And just again, just a mess of just a sloppy mess. But that being said, I fell back down, put the weight back on, and my trainer knew that that boxing was something that gave me discipline and structure. So he put me in the state titles, entered me in the state titles for a
So
few
this,
months.
how long was your recovery from all that? Because that's a fucking long recovery from
Yeah,
all like breaking your
huge.
legs and all the rest of it.
Yeah, there's
That's like a what, 8 month recovery?
yeah about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you got called back into boxing
Yep. He put me in the state titles, so I
straight
and
away.
straight away.
Fuck. Okay.
He knew that it was like what I had to
That right hand.
and have a focus. So I had to have some focus. So entered that and going into the state titles, it was like a round robin sort of thing. You progress. It's like
Yeah.
Karate Kid. You beat
Yeah.
matey and
Yeah.
then you go up, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I knocked my guy out in the first round to get into the final, and so did the guy that I was fighting. So and he was undefeated,
Ooh.
and so was I. So the final was like 2 weeks later, and there was this big build up. Our camp knew their camp, and there was even a bet. And anyways, the night of the fight, man, I was just talk about panel feeling. This was like
Yeah.
panel feeling times 10,
Yeah.
times 10, mate. Walking out smoke machines and all this shit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was really cool. And the first round, he broke my nose
Oh,
and got it over me. Second round, I got over him. Going in the third, I knocked him out and stopped him. And that was. I remember looking up into the like the ceiling. It was dark, and my brother's behind me. He was in my corner, and he's like hugging me. get out and hug my dad. And I was just like, it's time to start doing the right thing by my family and by my
That
people.
that is a fucking beautiful moment. Your
It
brother,
was a
your
special moment,
dad,
so special.
you've just knocked some cunt out. After all the shit you've been through, you must have been fucking elated. Like you
I
must have been
was,
like,
I was, I
this is
was,
it. The stars have aligned.
I was.
It's
But
time to
again,
change.
but
Oh,
next day,
hang on.
next day, I went and rock and rolled. I remember meeting up with Schizo and all the boys, and we rock and
No.
rolled. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But just a bit of a party, a bit of a celebration kind of
Of
thing.
course.
But then back on, back on track.
Oh, so you did keep going with the boxing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So what happened after that? How many more
Uh,
fights did you have? What was your kind of? Did you go into pro or just am?
no, just
Yeah.
amateur.
Okay. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
started a business, so the business took over eventually in terms of like
Oh,
my
you had a gym,
time.
right?
That's right. Yep, and a gym
And what
just
was that
across
gym called?
just across from punches. Just just it's interesting though what you can do like with the shift in perspective. That word
Yeah.
punch in the past was known for hurting people. But if you want to use a story, you can rewrite that if you want. So
Yeah.
renaming that, it was known for helping people and a passion for getting people out of a rut. So
It's
it
a
was
great
just
name for a gym, man.
it was across the road from Mortdale Yards too. So it was
Oh, of course you picked that spot, didn't you?
yeah,
Yeah,
man.
nice, man.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the boxing was a big one for me.
So how long did you own that gym for? Is it's not still running, right?
Mm. 10 years in operation, but it went bust after
10
10
years.
years.
That's a
10
fucking
years.
solid, bro. 10 years is huge.
Yeah,
A lot
it
of
was
gyms can
good.
only handle like 1, 2 years and then they
Mate,
realize how
10 years
hard
of
it is.
stress, 10 years of not much like back,
Yeah.
but it was a big thing in my life that needed to happen to that because and working the business, like being a leader in business, it was so different what I had to because in the past I was leading through pull your head in. It was leading through violence. It was leading through force. But now being a leader in like business and leading our youth, it's a different type of leadership. It's leading by
Mm.
example. It's a sacrificial leadership. And in the past, I was far from sacrificial.
Yeah. So owning your own gym and then obviously going through all you've been through and stuff, you've got the knowledge to bring the youth back from the streets, you'd say, kind of thing. Like, I mean, did you have like a kids class kind of thing at the gym and you could mentor kids
That's right.
to
Yep.
get off that path and come into the fucking gym and just, bash it out and let go of your anger and,
Exactly,
focus on
mate.
something more important.
That's right. And I still do work with Youth Off the Streets, the charity with homeless kids, and they'd come out to the gym each week, and I'd train and mentor them, and
Wow.
yeah, it was special, mate, special love. Still go out there and hold my talks and stuff with those guys.
Yeah.
Uh, but when you said if I saw like how maybe that stabbed me, like if I did run into him when I just started the gym. I got my new uniform, had my backpack full of brochures, rah, rah, rah. Caught up with a couple of old fellas at Hurstville Westfields for a feed and tell them about my business and, really happy with it. And after it, we'll go to leave and I see a matey using an ATM. I'm like, hey, I know that dude from somewhere. Looking at his matey that stabbed
No
me
way.
all those years before.
Yeah.
And if I was by myself, I would have just kept walking. But with the fellas promising revenge for so long. This was in 2009, 2010. I run up and hide behind a pillar, and, by now he's having a feed. I think it was with a couple of these fellas, and waiting for him to stop his food and walk over, and I was just going to attack him.
Really?
Yeah, I'm hiding behind this pillar. Boys are behind me. I've taken my backpack off. Got my whole new life in my backpack, bro. My new brochures inside the Westfields food court, ready to throw it all away again. Like, and for what? For what? To impress the fellas again, and and the boys were like, "Who he wants to jump in?" I said, "No, I'll just take him." And I'll sort of look, and his story might be different. I don't even know, bro, if he knew I was there. But I, I see him start walking over, and I hide back behind this pillar, and I'm standing there, and I look, and he's gone. And like my story, my idea was that he knew that I was hiding and pretended to walk over and then took off at the back of this KFC, or he
Yeah.
just went a different way and zigged and zagged and I missed him, sort of thing. But
Wow.
bro,
Imagine.
I know. And
Fuck.
I went home that night and I was just in a state. I was like, oh, what are you doing? So I looked for him on Facebook, bro. I looked for him and I found him and I messaged him. I say, hey, bro, something about I know saw you the other day or something like that. If I see you in the street again, bro, it's squash, man. I want to shake your hand, bro. I'm sorry. It's I own my part. I take it was my fault anyways. It's done. Pressing send, man. I was
Should
like the
I?
no. Pressing send was like I didn't realize how much weight I had on me of revenge of anger. I
Oh,
could picture him. I could picture him showing all these boys, he shit himself. He backed down, and it was in the past that got me. But this time I was like, it was
fuck it.
a
It's done.
release. It was a release. I was like, please think I'm a bitch. I don't care. Please, I am a bitch. I am. Like
Wow.
internally, I'm a scared little kid just trying to be
Yeah.
like I am. And it was like he didn't write back. He didn't write back. But
Seen. He's seen it, obviously.
yeah,
Or did you
yeah.
get the scene thing or not?
I think but I don't even think it had
I
seen
know.
back then on Facebook, bro.
Yeah, yeah, true.
But
Yeah.
then all these years later, mate, when I had Facebook, I added him and he accepted and we're liking each other's stuff. So we're cool. We're cool.
Ah, well,
Yeah.
mate, the likes a big thing.
Man,
So,
like beef squash when you get a
yeah,
like.
done. Tick. On to the next person I need to redeem myself with.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's been
Have you actually
that's been
spoken to
pretty.
him or not?
Nah, no.
No. Well,
It'd be cool if I do, but like if I, more than willing to, that's what I speak to because when I was speaking at schools and stuff like that, kids ask about him. They go, "What about the guy that stabbed you?" So they call me so I'm Luke. They go, "What about the guy that stabbed you? What happened with him?" And I tell them that story.
yeah.
I was ready to throw it all away. And 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 so what was your question before that? What was I getting to?
Did you still speak? Did you end up speaking to him or like?
Anyway, so I
Oh, yeah.
when
Keep
I'm
going. Whatever.
I can't remember. I lost train of thought. I said, but when I'm yeah, so I explained this to the kids that, after all this time, that's what I was getting at. I was like, back then, he was wearing his mask of the front with
Yeah.
his boys. I was wearing my mask. Like
Yeah.
two
Yeah.
masks clash, like the metaphorical mask, that is, there you go, the mask,
Yeah. Yeah.
not your sort of mask.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
said, but now him taking his off, me taking mine off, there's connection, So
Of course.
when you drop the front, we're all pretty okay,
We all have the same thing in common, bro. We all want to paint trains and we all want to fucking take drugs.
Not anymore, mate. It's been.
I'm just joking, man. I'm just joking.
Do you still paint? What do you do, mate?
Yeah, of
What do
course
you
I
on, mate?
still paint. Some people know who I am, some people don't. It's fucking fascinates me
Still
that people
painting?
don't know who I am, but
Still
whatever.
painting?
But I try and get out, man. It's a more of a therapeutic thing for me. Um,
Just
but yeah,
illegal walls, eh?
sorry.
Just illegal walls, eh? Doing the
Yeah, of
legal walls,
course. Well,
my
of
man.
course, mate. You can't see me winking, but yes.
Behave yourself, lad.
That's enough of me, mate. Um, so yeah, I mean, yeah, after that incident, your gym closed.
Yeah.
What?
Oh,
Why?
that was after 10 years, bro. That wasn't after that. Like the gym was running for 10 years, but
Oh,
um the the box the gym closed down because of competition, and I after 10 years I was getting over it as well.
yeah, yeah.
And I
It's
was
a hard job.
focusing more on my mentoring. So just dropped the ball. It's my fault, if I'm being honest. I dropped the ball.
Live and learn.
Uh, yeah, big time, big time. But you know what I talk about the mask, uh, and when I'm speaking to our youth as well, talking about the ego, the mask, the labels. I had the label of the fighter, I had the label of or whatever it was, and for me to finally release. It's incredible what God does to humble us. I'll speak for myself, what he's done to humble me. I I hadn't boxed for 4 years, I think it was when I started the gym, and members at the gym knew a bit of my past. I hadn't written a book yet, knew a bit of my past, and knew, heard stories around the area, and knew about that I was a boxer and all this sort of stuff. And they're like, "Oh, look, we'd love," and I was training some people at the gym for boxing, just looking after them to get them out of drama. And they're like, "Look, we'd love to see a fight. You got to come on, you come back and have a fight. Come back and
Oh,
box." And I got G'd up.
yeah, of course.
I was like,
Fucking
yeah,
oath.
all right, let's go. I want to show all my new people. Let's go.
It's
Show
my
how,
gym. Let's go.
yeah. So big fight night, bro. Big fight night. All my new my new life was there, and the new members, all the old lads rock up
Of
too,
course. Yeah, yeah.
and I walk out there and I got beat, bro. I fought terribly. I fought terribly. I fought
Oh,
terribly, man. I got beat, and I remember being in the dressing room after. Oh, would you do that? You're still known as the fight, and I was like in this state for weeks, bro. I remember just driving in my car, hitting the steering wheel, going, "What'd you do this?" But then I was laying in bed, man. And I was just like, that had to happen. That
yeah,
had to
man.
happen. I had to get rid of because I still held on to the image of the fighter, even in the boxing. Okay, it was more beneficial, and I wasn't hurting people in the streets, but it was still an ego thing for me, and
Yeah.
that had to happen for me finally. And I'll turn the aircon off, bro.
It's all right.
Finally happened for me to release that. It was a tough lesson. It was a tough one, but it was something that had to happen.
It's the end of the fighting career, mate. Some
Done.
people, most boxers keep going, but
Yeah,
that was the one for you, man. So
it
it's
was.
it's probably a good thing, man. To be honest, keep your brain cells.
Mm,
Um, and
whatever's
then yeah,
left.
you said so the gym closed, and then you got more. You had a lot of people coming to you as more of a mentor after that. So then you started getting
Uh,
into the mentor thing, or was this after you released your book? Should we go into the book first or the mentor stuff?
the book happened first, man. Yeah,
Okay, yeah, let's jump into your book, man. It was
yeah,
called
cool.
Stabbed Ego.
Stay
When
there
was
you
when
go.
was that released?
2014.
Wow,
Yeah, far out.
that's
Ruthless.
so long ago, eh?
I know, like that. Gonskis.
Great
And
book, man. Great
thank you,
book.
brother. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
What
And
made what made you write an actual book?
um, I remember Maisky actually. Maisky, he's a clever man. He's still a dude that I see now as well. Maisky, great guy. He, I think he got locked up or something, and then got out. And I read a book called Shantaram. My sister gave it to me after getting coming back from Thailand with the injury. She got it for me for Christmas. I never read a book, and I was like, "What's she give me a book for?" But I read a couple of pages of it, and I got hooked. It was like he could spend a whole chapter describing this chord, just the way he painted a picture. And I thought
Mm,
that's fascinating. I like that. So I read that book and I gave it to Maisky. He read it as well, and we're both talking about it. And I don't know who came up with the idea, but we're like, let's uh I'll give you a word for the week and you got to write like a short story and try to paint the picture like matey and I was all crying like we were talking like we'd paint like panel or whatever it was but we'd put this word into the story and I realized I think I'm pretty good, so I started writing short stories on my phone like the stabbing and the fights and I I wrote it on my phone. I thought I think I'm a good writer again I like a bit of confidence, bro.
yeah, yeah,
So I posted on this forum where all these authors were, these established authors that, and I thought they were going to say how great this new up and comer was. Where's this guy come from? But they
yeah,
they didn't.
yeah,
They were like, oh, your grandma. They were sending me links to writers courses and shit. I'm like, okay,
yeah.
maybe I'm not the best. But this lady inboxes me. She's like, oh, I've just read the stuff that you posted. She's an editor. She goes, I'm starting out in editing. You're starting in writing. Do you want to possibly work together and get a book going? She goes, you've got some real depth to your storytelling, but you do need some help. But you've got some depth there. I said, perfect. That changed the game for me, man. She
Wow.
taught me so much about my writing, about life, about the process, and from there, yeah, book published in 2014. And a school teacher from her school boys read the book, asked me to come speak to the students. I was going to can it. I was shitting myself, man.
Yeah.
Like the idea of speaking, like,
Oh,
bro, ruthless. I was awkward, like away from the crew, man, away from the false confidence of the crew. I was so socially awkward, man.
same.
Around normal people,
I don't
like
know
people,
why I'm doing this, bro, but that's what I mean. Like
because you
it's
got the mask on, bro.
yeah. Take the
That's what
mask
it
off. I can't speak.
is. I was so socially like
Oh yeah,
I'd
yeah,
stutter and sweat and I'd just like be stuck in my head.
yeah, yeah.
So the idea of speaking, even with the gym, that was a big one that helped me break through that. But the speaking, I was going to cancel, pull out, but just pushed myself, rocked up and crushed it, mate. And away it went.
Wow.
Yeah,
Did you have like something written down and then you just ran off that, or did you fucking sit at home, look in the mirror? I mean, that's what
no,
I'd do.
no,
I'd just
no.
sit down, have
You
something
gotta
written
you
down. I'd be
you
like,
gotta have
yeah,
shit
rah, 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 rah,
prepared.
and then just like, like, I couldn't do it. Like,
Same. I couldn't. I was the same. But you gotta have shit prepared, bro. When you're speaking for sure. Like it
yeah,
was like you read you got to speak from the heart. I'll speak from the heart. I'm shitting myself. How am I going to speak from my heart? So
yeah,
I rehearsed word for. I was like, what helped me? What helped me? Like, what can I deliver to these people that helped me? Yes, the cool stories gets the connection, but I just don't want a bad guy going good because there's thousands of those and they're
There's
boring
heaps of
with that
those. Yeah,
shit. It's the
yeah,
same shit, you know.
yeah, yeah.
I want to give these guys something that they can use for themselves.
Mm.
So while I use my stories to get the connection, the process is what actually helped me in my life of understanding, our innocence. Don't get wrong, we've got some darkness to overcome, but when we come into this world, but then the doubts, the insecurities, the labels, the expectations, the mask, the trauma, that creates the ego, the false self. And so I talk about my false self, relate it back to some of the stuff that they be sort of living up to, and then the journey coming back and what coming back to, I suppose, your true path, your God-given path, what that allows you to sort of reconnect back to and the benefits that come from there. So it's a journey from innocence to ego to doubts, insecurities, back onto your path. And
Yeah.
it's working really good. Like I speak at primary schools, high schools,
Bro, I've
prisons,
seen your fucking
gyms.
Instagram stuff, and it's
Yeah,
fucking amazing, man.
thank
Good,
you, man.
fucking
Thank
good
you.
on you, man. I'm,
Thank
I'm
you.
like, you're not my son, but I'm proud of you.
My man. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, coming from where you've come from, and to where you are now, man, it's fucking phenomenal, man. So
I
congratulations to
love,
you.
I head out to Indigenous communities quite a bit,
Oh
and
wow,
I love getting out there, man. Like with the
they
fellas,
need
and
people, man. They need people to come and
yeah,
talk.
everyone does, but these guys out there, and I have a solid connection with them because it's just the fellas from back in the day, but I can talk with one of the fellas, but then it's like let's switch on, fellas, let's we rip in, and there's
Yeah,
a respect there on both ways, and yeah, it's something I cherish, bro. Getting out and amongst those communities, man.
yeah. So is most of your talks at schools? I mean, have you been to prisons or
Yeah,
juvenile
yeah, all of
detentions?
that. Yeah,
Oh, you've done
juvies, yeah,
both?
heaps, heaps. Yeah, I go up
Yeah.
to Townsville and every year at the Cleveland Youth Detention Center up there.
Oh wow.
Some tough stuff going on up there,
Oh
bro.
man. Yeah.
Different juvies. I was at Grafton recently.
Wow.
I was down at Port Phillip, is it Port Phillip, the maximum security down in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Down there, yeah, all the different spots, man, and people ask me, "Oh, are you scared going in there?" And I'm like, they're the best audience because they're so
These are my
receptive.
people.
Not only that, but they're so introspective, so like aware, and just like because obviously they've got a lot of time to sit with their thoughts, man, and
Yeah.
and can actually relate to, the front can relate to because a lot of them are sitting in there because of the ego, bro. A lot of them are sitting in there
Mm.
because of the front with the fellas. A lot of them are sitting in there because of a snap of a
Yeah.
sudden. Yeah, so they're yeah one of the best. One of my most favorite. Well, they all are. I love connecting with any people, but yeah, they're a solid audience. Those that are inside.
Yeah. So you started a business with this, like a
Yep.
motivational speaking business,
Yeah,
and
that's
that's your
right.
main thing at the moment?
That's right. Yeah, so it's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
business, but also, there's different communities that don't have bank, so I don't like people missing out on due to things due to no cash. So I donate a lot of my time with different organizations, especially like youth off the streets and
Oh,
those that
true.
are
Nice.
struggling. But that being said, there are corporate events that sort of supplement all that. I speak at a lot of corporate stuff and schools as well. So yeah, bro, it's a mixed bag of everything, and love what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man.
It's
Amazing.
great. It's great to give back to a place that I've taken a lot from, bro. That's all.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can be like the richest person in the world, but you're always taking, but just giving back something, I reckon that's more enriching than being rich, to be honest.
Oh man,
Like,
oh man.
if that makes sense.
How do you give back, brother? What do you do?
I'm doing this, mate. I'm
Yeah,
doing
my
like,
man,
like,
my man. I like that. I like that. Giving back
like,
to the writers, eh?
oh man, like I'm just, like I'm fucking busy as man. I do 50-hour weeks. I've got two kids. I'm fucking man. I got it's not,
Enough
like I
said.
don't,
Enough said, brother. Enough said.
yeah, I don't I,
Working
like.
kids, man. That's perfect, brother.
Oh,
No, it's beautiful,
well,
mate.
this is taking away from my kids, so it's like
You and me
I,
both, bro. You got me up at 9 o'clock at night.
I
Like this
know,
is my
man. Sorry,
bedtime, mate.
I won't keep you up too much longer, man. But yeah, it's I know. I feel like this is my calling, man. Like I haven't really done much, man. I just do like you know, I'm a painter. I just fucking go to work and do this, and then paint on the weekend. But since doing one podcast, I kind of realized that I can talk to people and get stories out of people. So
Yeah, good on you,
I
brother.
just thought, you know what, I'll do it, man. And no one else is doing it, so I thought, fuck it, let's go. So
Good on you, brother.
here we are, man.
Just keep expanding on it, eh?
Yeah, hopefully.
Hey,
We'll
that
see
being
where it,
said, bro, what happens when you run out of writers?
have you? I don't know if you've seen my Instagram, bro, but there's thousands of people I can speak to.
Oh, okay.
If I run out of someone, I'll just be like,
Yeah.
go on to the next follower or the
Yes,
follower
no,
who
fair
I'm
enough.
following. But
Fair
no, I'm,
enough.
I'm gonna do like all of it. My plan is to do like an encyclopedia of graffiti. So I want to do
Cool.
Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane. I mean, all the states in Australia, and just have different the young fella like different generations, so young fellas can look at people's stories like yourself, and then just see where they came from, how they came about, the mistakes and the positive things that have come out of graffiti as well. Because I mean, it's not all bad in graffiti, you know what I mean? Like
Man,
it's
some had some of the best times, brother, for
yeah,
sure. Had
exactly.
some
So
great
it's
times with the
like
fellas.
yeah, I'd love to give back to the community and have because there's not much out there you can look like. You do have Instagram, you can see people's photos and all the rest, but you don't know the person behind the photo. So it's
Mm,
like
true.
I do want to let people know the story behind that, and like people can learn from it. So
Interesting, because you just said then you don't know behind, and when you have beef, you don't know the person behind the tag.
exactly.
You don't know the person behind the piece, but you have beef with them. But getting to humanize the tag, I think
Mm,
allows hopefully it will squash some beef, man. That's for sure.
yeah, man. I mean, I had news on. He was a lot of people.
Ah, mate,
I know.
that
I
brings up
still can't
memories
believe I
with
got
him,
him
mate.
on.
That brings up memories with him, man. Far out.
Yeah, I mean, like it's just you just want to see who the person is behind the tag. So it's
You
like,
know, quick story with news.
yeah, yeah,
When I just started racking, I remember being in a hardware house of plastic coats, and I was in there like looking around, rating a Vac one can in there with boss, and big man he walks in, just shelves it like that.
yeah,
Walks in, and next, oh, comes back and they're gone. I'm like, far out. So then after we spoke to, hey, you news, eh, right, and then he give us his good paint spots as well, like spots where we could get Krylons, and he'd see
yeah,
boss. Like he was really cool to us. Hey, he was really
yeah.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I mean, man. Like people have an image of someone, but when you have it sit down with a chat for them for 2 hours, I mean, you can't hide much, can you?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's all out there. So I mean, we're all pretty similar, man. We've all come from different backgrounds and stuff. So it's like I don't want to rant too much on about this. This is your episode.
Come
So
on, what are you scared of, bro? What are you scared of revealing,
no, well
mate?
maybe you
Come
can
on, mate.
interview me one day, mate.
Yeah, I like that. I
Yeah,
will.
let's do that one day.
Yeah.
All right, we're almost at 2 hours now. So we've done the boxing, later stages, going to motivational stuff, changing for the better, which you have. Family, mate, having a child. How did that change your life?
Oh man, the best thing ever, eh? I get even a bit emotional thinking about it now,
Yeah, yeah,
man. I always wanted to be a dad, eh? Always
same.
wanted to be a dad, and if I'm being honest, another big thing that I regret in the past is terminating maybe when I was younger, and that gets me, bro. That really
Right.
especially with my faith now.
Mm-hmm.
But now, bro, moving from that, my wife like far out, and then my baby is just. I thought, in the past, fighting all gangster and all this sort of stuff, but man, watching my wife give birth, bro, that's
Mm.
that's gangster, man. We had a home birth as well. We were in 24 hours of labor at home, no meds,
Wow.
blood.
Yeah.
Seeing the power of women in that space, man, I was just
Yeah.
blown away. And then my little baby comes out and just yeah, it's that's everything. And especially being in the faith, man, the importance of family,
Mm.
the importance of dads out there stepping up and being strong dads. That's what the dark world out there at the moment, bro. Shit's falling apart, and I
Mm.
think what's going to help that is men stepping up and being the type of dad that this world needs, leading their families, bro. And for me, it's leading in the faith, being a Christian, believing Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
and that's been that was coming to the faith is the biggest thing that helped me finally step into being the man I need to be to be a dad and husband.
Mm. It's I mean, fucking everyone says you don't know until you have a kid. Your mates who have kids, they tell you, oh, mate, you never understand. You're like, no, fuck off. Like, mate,
Yeah,
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 whatever. It's a kid. And then when you do have that kid, you're like, the
that's
light bulb
right.
goes off,
That's
and you're
right.
like, now I understand
Yeah.
what my parents went through and how much of a fuckwit I was.
Massive, mate.
So, and you just imagine them going through having you as a little baby, loving you so much, and
Yeah,
then all
true.
the shit happens in life, and then you have I don't know, your missus goes through all the dramas with the first one, and all of a sudden they forget the trauma they went through the first one. They want another one. So,
Yeah,
and then you have another one. It's a
mate.
fucking it's a beautiful experience. But
Yes. I won't forget my trauma back, bro. That was traumatic for me, bro, doing that thing, bro. I don't know about my wife. That was traumatic. I had lockjaw, bro, for 2 months after it. I couldn't move my jaw. They were like, and just like, come on, mate. Like,
oh man,
it was massive, mate.
it's wild, man.
But yeah, family's everything, brother. Family's
It is,
everything,
man.
man.
It
Family's
is.
everything.
Um, Mate, we might wrap it up now. You got to get at bedtime, so
I do. I do,
so do
mate.
I.
Yeah.
We'll wrap it up on give me some life advice, mate. I know you got a whole bunch, so let's go life advice, and then we'll go graph advice if
Life,
you got any.
life advice. Well, can we, maybe we can tie both of those in one, bro.
Yeah, if you want. Yeah, yeah.
Maybe, to any, I suppose, for anyone really, but for any young writers out there, especially the young lads. Ah, what can I, I'm not here to, I suppose, to tell anyone what to do. I'm the last person to be able to do that. But as an example, I think, and don't get to, um, 30 or 40, and all you've got is graffiti and crime stories. Um, have you do graffiti, do you think? I'm not here to tell you, but get an idea for a business, start a trade, get a job, um, find out, the the mindset and the effort that you put into graph. If you can use that same mindset, that same effort, that same drive, that same creative edge, that same shiftiness, even and start a business, ruthless. So, do you think? Not here to say otherwise, but yeah, don't have those just stories when you're at 30, 40. Have something bigger. And when I say something bigger, there's nothing bigger, nothing greater than what we just spoke about, family.
Mm.
Um, Step up, be a strong dad. Uh, if I can recommend having a family early, finding a good woman, having a family early, because the stuff that we pursue out in that big wide world, it's fleeting. A lot of it's fleeting, but the thing that's the most tangible, the biggest passion, the biggest purpose, the biggest strength you can have is being a strong dad for your family.
Mm. Yeah, well, I think that's part of our it's humankind, man. It's like you're here, you're made to make babies. Really, that's all we're here for. Recreate, you know what I
Amen.
mean, or
Be
whatever.
fruitful, multiply, my friend. And
Yeah,
also one
exactly.
other bit of advice: pick up the Bible, read the Bible.
There you go.
If I heard, I'm being honest, brother. If I heard somebody say that back in the day, I'm like, Uncas, like Christian,
Yeah,
Uncas,
that's
like
what I
something,
was saying.
like,
Yeah, yeah.
that's what you're thinking now, lad. That's
Yeah,
what
I
you
am.
think.
No, no,
But man,
I
coming
am,
to
I am, yeah, yeah.
like
I'm a Catholic, so
I had a big I had a big, we've all got opinions of it, we've all got, perspectives of it, we've all got stories of it, we've all, heard things that priests done and all that sort of stuff. But man, like coming to the faith and seeing the truth of it, bro, that, I needed a savior. I needed to be forgiven for my sins. And I've done a lot in my faith for the forgiveness. The scars are still there in terms of the stuff that I've done. And so they should be, the scars should be there, but yeah, man, coming to the faith and seeing the truth of what it is, there is no greater purpose than being a Christian man, believing in Jesus Christ for the forgiveness of my sins, and now being a dad because of that.
perfect, man. Well,
Still
Punchy.
thinking I'm an onkus or
No, I don't think you're an Ockers. Fucking no way,
Maybe,
man.
mate.
You're a good man now.
I appreciate you, bro.
Notice I said now, not before.
Yeah.
No, I really appreciate jumping on the pod, man. Like, yeah, I didn't think I'd get you, but I fucking manipulated you into come on.
Yeah, I like it.
So
I like it. I like the hustle, bro. I appreciate the
yeah,
hustle.
thanks, man. So yeah, thank you very much for jumping on. Yeah, we
Thank
might
you.
just end it here, man. So
Thanks for having me,
if
bro.
you want to shout out to anyone besides God, yeah, your, your missus, yeah, or anyone
My
else.
family, bro. All the fellas, all the fellas,
Businesses, sorry, well, yeah, whatever.
just all the fellas back in the hood, the green line fellas, the blue line fellas. You know who you are. I speak to some of them now, some of them I don't, unfortunately, but just know I've always got love for you guys. Always in my prayers. I'm always thinking of you. Always in my dreams too, man. Those dreams just get hold of me all the time.
Yeah, for sure.
I hold no malice to anything that's happened in the past or anything that's happened recently. I love you all, and uh, we may see each other again sometime. God bless
Yeah,
you all.
beautiful, man. Do you want to shout out your business? And I don't know if you
It's
want
just
to put it on the graffiti thing, but it's
it's just me, bro. It's just me.
yeah, Luke.
It's not really a business name, Luke Kennedy.
Yeah, yeah. And your
And
book.
that being said, if anyone, yeah, book.
Yeah, yeah.
You know
Get it.
what's cool?
Yeah,
Every
yeah.
time Spac gets on an interview, bro, I get my book sales go up. Hey,
Oh, really?
yeah, yeah. He was on one on BSP or what's that? What's that? Is it PSP? What's
Yeah,
that?
BSP. Yeah,
BSP. Yeah,
BSP
yeah, yeah.
clothing. Yeah, yeah.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. I think he was interviewed on a
Interview.
some
Yeah, there's like
y-
a.
blog or something.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was getting all these book sales through, bro. I'm like, what's going on here? And then I found out it was Spac was on there and he
Mate,
was
he
talking
needs
about
a
the book.
percentage from you,
Yeah,
brother. No, it's all love, bro. It's all
yeah,
love.
stabbed ego.
Yeah. You had another book that you released too, right?
That's what well, it's been republished, bro. After 10 years, I signed a two
Ah,
book deal, so it's got a new chapter in it from what's happening now. It's called Redemption Road, so it's stabbed ego, but updated, rebranded as Redemption Road. I'm not too,
ah,
yeah, I'm not too happy with the change if I'm being honest. But when you sign a book deal, it's sort of their book. Stabbed ego had a big cult following and it's going
yeah,
great,
man.
but it's now Redemption Road. But that being said, type in stabbed ego, it'll take you to my website. Grab a copy. I might even sign it for you too.
Oh,
Chuck a
Aussie,
throw up in there.
yeah, Aussie Battler said he's going to sign it for you. So there you go, man. No, I appreciate it, man. So thanks a lot for jumping on the pod.
God bless. Thanks, brother.